me check out the chat yet.
All that matters is today. Stitch, you're present, man. 3.5 hours. Do this together, man. It starts with us. It ends with us.
Hey, no cheers!
KO, 1, 2, 3, go!
Come on, boys, let's go now!
This is no ordinary job.
That silver and black is different.
This is the silver and black.
It just hits different.
This is the Raiders.
Got locked in now, laser focus!
Hey, this could get anything.
Ride for the brand. The greatness of the Raiders lies in its future. May the best is yet to come.
I'm officially a Raider. I'm excited to be humble and hungry and get to work.
That's big boy football, right? You got boss. That's what you want to see right there.
The grit of this franchise sticks out. This is a historic franchise. You know, it's really important to me that we're a gritty team, that the way that they were back in the old days.
Just amazing concentration.
But why not us? Why not this staff? You know, why not this group of players?
There's a certain mentality and play style that's expected from different organizations.
Right.
Go make a pay, fellas! Go make a pay!
I just want to do my 111. I believe that leadership is earned. It's not given.
I feel like I've always been meant to be a Raider.
Let's go show some fight!
So that first step was transferring and challenging myself, being in an uncomfortable environment. Because when you're uncomfortable, you're able to grow. It's a model of the Raiders. Once a Raider, always a Raider.
That's what we're going to be about, winning.
Everything we got!
Thank you. God bless. Thank you guys for coming.
You say you wear the Raiders on your sleeve. You say you bleed silver and black. But when the pressure hits, do you stand your ground or do you run? If you've got what it takes, step into the arena and show us. This is fight or flight with Black the quarterback. Fight or flight.
All ready for fight or flight. Let's go over the rules. First of all, let's get this started. All right. Rule number 1, you do talk about Fight Club. Rule number 2, you absolutely talk about Fight or Flight Club. Rule number 3, if someone says flight, taps out, the fight is over. Rule 4, only 2 people to a fight unless specified. Rule 5, 1 fight at a time. Rule 6 is no ad hominem attacks. Attack the point, not the person. Rule 7, if this your first night at Fight or Flight Club, you have to fight. And Rule 8, most important of them all, respect is a must. Respect is a must out here. So, welcome to Fight or Flight, brought to you by Business Decision Sports. The stage is set and the debate topics are locked in, and it's time to see who stands their ground and see who get ran off the panel. Let's introduce our combatants. Let's see. Let's start with this gentleman right here.
Hey, how you guys doing? Raider Nation, let's go! Raiders!
What's up, Nation? This is Chris Raiders from the Cover 3 show as well as the Sunday Morning Building show. Let's fight or flight. Let's do it.
Man, I'm ready for this fight or flight. I had such a good time last week, and I'm waiting to go at it again, and maybe I can actually win one this time.
So we'll see. We'll see. I don't know. I got some stiff competition again, like I did last week. Pause.
Yeah, man. You know, we here for the competition, man. Raider Nation Jason in the building. And you know Mara, you know what I'm saying? She here for it too. Let's go.
That's cheating, showing baby girl. What's up, Raider Nation? Appreciate all y'all pulling up. Y'all could be anywhere else, but y'all are here with us. So, man, enjoy the show. I'm sure it'll be a fun one. Raiders.
That's hecka funny. He said he cheating because he brought the baby. Welcome, welcome, chat. Welcome, chat. Hey, so this is going to be the structure right here. We're going to have a topic, and then we're going to have an 8-minute round table where everybody, all the gentlemen, talk about the topics. While they're talking about the topics, you guys try to see who you want to see who we want to go into the main battle. Then we'll choose somebody to go into the battle at the matchup. Then there'll be opening statements by each person, 1 minute each. Then there'll be a cross-examination where they'll have 8 minutes to go back and forth. I will explain the rules when we get to that point. I went over the rules with them so they kind of understand them already. So that'll be 8 minutes with just the two combatants. And then after that, they'll have 2 minutes each for their closing statement. And then that's where we'll go to the verdict. The verdict will be 1 vote for the judge, 1 vote for the moderator, myself, and 1 vote by you, the chat. So your votes are pivotal. It's the best 2 out of 3 system. So we're gonna start with our first topic. Let's see here. Let's go with the first topic. Let me see if the chat is awake. Chat, pick a number between 1 and 3. 1 and 3, chat, real quick. 1 and 3. Welcome, you guys. Let's see. Pick a number between 1 and 3. Let's see.
2.6.
I see 3, 2.6, right? That is between. Okay, let's go with number 3. Okay. All right. Let's get to the round table. The third question is going to be, okay, Fernando Mendoza, El Capitan.
Fernandalorian.
The Nandalorian. Let's see. What would you guys give Fernando grade last night? Yeah, let's start there. Let's start there. What grade would you guys give Fernando last night? Yeah, let's start there. Let me get the clock ready. What happened to the clock? Clock disappeared on me. What grade? Yeah, you guys, there you go in the chat. Show us what your grade, what you would give your boy, the Nandalorian. Okay. So this is going to be 8 minutes.
We got
Make sure
B,
y'all
B
hit the like
minus,
button.
B minus, and a C plus so far.
Damn.
Ooh.
B minus sounds good to Frank Weber.
B minus is what I was thinking too.
B minus. Okay. All right, there's the clock. There is the clock. All right, so the 8 minutes is going to start now. Any one of you guys can start it. Go ahead.
I give him an A minus. I felt he commanded the huddle. He looked a little jittery out there, but he said himself, to come out. He was a little, hyped up, a little anxious, so he needed to calm down. Looked like, after the first or second drive, he calmed down a little bit. Still just the pocket awareness is not there. And I don't know if that's something you can teach or how long it takes to teach that. So the feet are in the right place, right? His feet are always where his eyes are looking. He's always ready to throw. He's just got some work to do. So I'll give him an A minus.
Okay. If I can go next, Fernando, what I liked from him was he was jittery, you know what I mean? And had a little bit of problems on his first drive. Don't get me wrong. He was trying to figure it out. The speed was a little bit much for him. Second one, he started to get in a rhythm. And he's a rhythm guy. I mean, even in college, he was a rhythm guy. So I'm pretty happy with how he operated. You know what I mean? So the under center stuff is what I was watching most. When he came out of that under center and that play fake, he sold that thing and blasted one down the middle. That's the stuff I want to see from that dude. And I'm pretty happy with it.
Yeah,
go ahead, Chris. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Okay. I'm just quick. Yeah, I agree totally with what Adnan said, because I was watching for the under center snaps when he did that pass, that play action pass. The defense was totally fooled. His feet were a little good. Besides him being nervous, of course, his first ever game, he had to get just to the speed. I gave him a B- because one thing he didn't do, what we had problems with last year, turn the ball over. He threw the ball away. When he had nothing, he just threw it away. He didn't force anything. He didn't force it to somebody. Just like, oh, it's not open. I'm throwing it away. And that touchdown pass to Beck, he threw it low enough where only he can get it. That shows a sign of accuracy and position.
Yeah, I thought I'm going to stay with the B. Were you done, Chris? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, I'm going to stick with my B-. I agree with Chris what he just said. The main thing was probably should give him a little higher rate for that. No turnovers, and he threw a lot more passes than Kirk Cousins did. So, but that was by design. But anyway, yeah, I saw a couple. I mean, that first pass to Jack Besh where Jack had to jump up way up in the air. I didn't know Jack Besh could actually jump, but he went up and snatched that one, but he threw a really nice. Jack Besh had a good night. But I know we're not talking about him, but Fernando threw one in a spot where only Jack Besh could get it, and Besh just reached out and snatched that sucker and said, "No, this is mine, fool." So and then again, like Chris said, that pass to the end zone was I probably should go higher than B-, but yeah, the jitters kind of got me a little bit. I'm surprised they had him drop back, taking not taking as many. I thought this would be pretty much all under center, but no, there was quite a few, and that weren't under center. So, but yeah, he did, like Nav said, he did really sell that play action when he was playing under center, and that was one of my main concerns about him is playing under center. Not that he could get the ball up from under center, but that his footwork would be okay. All right, that's all I got to say.
Okay, let me ask this question from you guys then. Just based on what you saw, because it sounded like you guys like.
You didn't get Jason great.
Jason,
that's fine. That's fine. That's fine. We only have 10 minutes really, so I want to, because you guys pretty much agree somewhat in the same ballpark. So my question is this though, unless you just totally disagree, Jason, do you totally disagree? But no, it's okay. What do you guys think? Projection, just based on what you see now, who's going to end? Will Mendoza have a better career than Derek Carr?
I mean, he played one preseason game.
If they put the right pieces, if they continue to put the right pieces around them, we get some good receivers. They got two good running backs. Get the offensive line the way it works. I think it could.
That's a great point, Big Raz. I like.
I'm gonna say because of the coaching staff for sure. Like, I mean, let me. I'm not saying like because DC was a great passer. You know what I'm saying? That's really what he did. You know what I'm saying? Like, and that's going to be tough for him. You know, he has to have a few solid seasons. You know what I mean? Because at least DC was consistent. You know, so I mean, I hope so because that means we're winning games. You know what I mean? But I feel like Fernando kind of has. Well, damn, it's hard to say because the wide receivers that DC had, you know, in the beginning were cool. He had Crabtree and he had Murray, but like for, yeah, It's gonna be hard to say. I would say DC will probably still have the passing records and all that too. But I hope I'm wrong. I hope not. I hope so.
So you guys you guys can't foresee. I know it's early. You can't foresee Mendoza winning one playoff game.
Not off the performance last night. Yeah.
Not the current state of the Raiders.
No,
not this year.
You talking about this year?
No, I'm talking his whole career.
Oh,
his whole
yeah.
career.
No.
Yeah.
Hold on. Whoa.
It's just going to take a couple. Like I figure, like by year 3, we should be making a strong push.
Yeah, he can win a playoff in his career if he stays there long enough. Everything works out.
Even I feel like year 2 will be good. Like year 2 will be better. That's why I kind of want him to get year 1 out of the way. You know what I mean? Get your bumps and stuff out this year, and then that way next year you have a clear picture on the player that you want to be.
Sure enough, I completely agree with Jason on that. Completely agree.
So all you guys agree that Mendoza will have a better career than Derek Carr as far as playoff wise and all that, right?
Are we
talking stats or are we talking playoffs
at all?
Are we talking win stats or playoffs? Because Derek Carr is pretty much the all-time leader in every category in the Las Vegas Raider history.
Yeah, and Will Mendoza had the longevity that Derek Carr did.
And he was here 9 years. Will Mendoza be here 9 years? I mean, that's hard to project after one preseason game.
Right.
Oh, so you guys, there's no way. It's funny that you guys are saying that because so we can't really project anything for a whole year then because
no, we cannot.
We don't know anything then. Until you see it. But can you project that Mendoza will win us a playoff game? I know people are saying that we'll eventually end up in the playoffs or we'll end up winning the Super Bowl, but we can't foresee if he's going to have a better career. But okay, let's scratch that then.
Most quarterbacks are not the only reason teams win playoffs. Most teams make it to the Super Bowl have top 10 defenses. Out of the last 25 years, every team that's made the Super Bowl has a top 10 defense. So you can't tell me that this kid's gonna come in there and win if he has a 25th rated defense like Derek Carr did every single season. Yeah. Or come on, there are no receivers. Like Derek Carr made the receivers on the team better. What did Nelson Aguilar do when he left the Raiders or before he got to the Raiders, right? He had a primetime year. Derek Carr got that man paid. Michael Crabtree, Amari Cooper, what did any of those dudes do after they left DC? So I think DC is highly, highly underrated. And to say that this dude's going to have a better career based off of one preseason game going 10 for 16 and 97 yards and a touchdown, I don't know. I think this talk is way, way premature. Just my opinion.
Yeah, I wouldn't just base it on one game, but okay, that's fine. So who had a better career?
Agreed.
So who had a better career, Derek Carr or Rich Gannon? Because Derek Carr got all the records and all that stuff you guys just said, right? So who had a better career?
I would say Derek Carr had a better career.
That's
no question. He stayed on one team for 9 years. He has way better touchdown to interception ratio than Rich Gannon. Rich Gannon had decent seasons. He had 3 decent years with the Raiders, and that was his whole career. He wasn't very good with the Minnesota Vikings, right? He wasn't good with the Kansas City Chiefs. Derek Carr was solid every single year with the teams he had around him. So I feel like Derek Carr.
So let me go around 1 second. Let me go around then. Let me go around the table then. So you're saying that you're saying that Rebel, you're saying that Gannon had a better career or Carr?
Huh? Carr had a better career-wise.
Carr? Okay. So what about you,
Sacktown?
Just counting
wins or playoff wins.
I just need the person.
I'm gonna agree. I still think it's Derek Carr. We got to remember Rich Gannon.
I just need the person. I don't need the reason. I just need the person.
Oh, Derek Carr.
Okay. Does anybody think Gannon?
I would
say
yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So Nav. Okay, chat. That's going to be the question. Who had the better career, Derek Carr or Rich Gannon? And Nav, since this is your first time to Fight or Flight Club, you will battle first. It's going and who was opposing him? Let me see. Mendoza. Okay, so we're gonna go with Nav. And you said who? I'm sorry. Who'd you say again? Who'd you pick?
Gannon.
Okay, Gannon. Who had Carr? Who chose Carr?
I said Carr. I said Carr.
I said Carr as well.
What
But
about you, Chris?
I said Gannon.
Okay.
Ooh.
Yeah, I say Gannon too.
Okay. All right. It looks like it's going to be Nav. And do you guys think Sacktown Mike or should it be Rebel? Sacktown Mike or Rebel? I think I'm gonna go with Sacktown. You went. Did you go first last time, Mike?
Yes, I did. Yeah, me and
Yeah.
Jason Downs went first last time.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with Rebel first because we had Rebel wait a long time last week, so
Yeah,
we're
no
gonna go.
doubt.
So we're gonna go first with Rebel and Nav,
Love you, Reb.
and
Love you too. Love you too.
so the first judge is gonna be you, Mike. Okay.
Oh, okay. All right.
You're gonna be
So I gotta
the
listen then.
first one.
I better pay attention then. Okay.
Yeah, please do. Please do. Let me see. I gotta change mine with my gentleman here. Okay. All right. Here we go. Opening statement. So, Mike, who are you gonna choose to go first?
For the first round, let's let Rebel go first because last time Jason went first and he had more experience. And let's let the guy with the most experience go first. So I'm going to go Rebel first in the first round.
Okay. And so in the cross exam, during the cross rab, you can go first or you can defer. So 1 minute for you, Rebel, and your time. Let's get it. You got 8 seconds. And
I
your
got
time,
1 minute.
yeah, 1 minute. Your time starts now.
All right. I mean, Rich Gannon's 60.2% career passing completion percentage. Derek Carr 65.1. Derek Carr had his team 11-5 before he broke his leg heading to the playoffs. You know that you can't change the past. But he didn't have Jerry Rice. He didn't have Tim Brown. He didn't have Charles Woodson. he didn't have Charlie Gardner. So, I mean, how much time I still got in the clock? Derek Carr played in 175 games. Rich Gannon played in 157. Derek Carr has 41,251 passing yards. Rich Gannon has 28,743. Derek Carr has 257 touchdowns. Rich Gannon has 180.
10 seconds.
Derek Carr has 112 interceptions. Rich Gannon has 100 in 25 less games. Passer rating for their career, Rich Gannon is 92.8 and Rich Gannon is 84.7.
Okay, nice. And when your time is up, you can just finish your point, land your point, but don't start a new point. All right. I said you can.
Hey.
When I say time, you can finish your point, but just don't start a new point.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Well, I'm going to make it real quick.
You have up to minutes. You don't have to use your full minute, but you have up to 1 minute, and your time starts now.
No, I'm going to make it real quick when it comes to Rich Gannon. Here's the deal. This dude came in, took us to a Super Bowl. Dude won multiple playoff games with the Raiders. Okay? And he was a big reason why. Yeah, maybe he didn't have all those stats. Don't get me wrong. love me some DC. The dude is the all-time leader for the Raiders. Do not get me wrong. But as far as where we went with Rich Gannon and where we went with DC, different. So I'm done.
I'll use up his last 17 seconds. Isn't the question who had the better career? And I think my stats prove.
Wait. No, we at the cross. You guys gonna have all 8 minutes to do the cross exam right now.
I don't think there's 8 minutes left.
Okay.
I think
well, I got plenty.
All right. I'm good.
Okay, hold on. I got you. If you guys get to a stalemate, then I'll just stop it. But okay, let's get to the. Okay. What the heck is going on here? All right, here we go. All right, this is the cross. The rule number one, first rule is this is a ping pong style debate. Every question requires an answer. You cannot ask 3 questions in a row without letting the other person respond. Rule 2 is the 30-second response cap. When a person is answering a cross-examination question, they get a maximum of 30 seconds before the asking person is allowed to interrupt or move into the next point. Rule 3 is the penalty box. Call it the code red. If the debater repeatedly speaks over someone when they do not have control of the floor and makes an ad hominem attack, the judge or moderator will first give a warning and then after that invoke a code red, which will end up in a mute for 60 seconds. So
love this show. It's fucking awesome. I love it.
So here you go. You guys have up to 8 minutes. Like I said, you don't have to take the full 8 minutes if the conversation don't go that way, but you have up to 8 minutes. Rebel, you went first with your opening. So Rab, you can either start with a statement or a question, and you guys' time starts now.
Here's the thing. I'm not going to argue the stats of who the statistically best quarterback in Raiders history is. But if you say who had the better career with the shield, you know what I mean? That's the thing. It's like, is it with the shield or is it with overall? So my thing is this: I don't care about anything else. The reality is how many playoffs wins did you have? And Rich Gannon pretty much went to the playoffs every season he was with the Raiders. Pretty much. So you can argue it if you want. You can. But I have it right here. So, I mean, you can. But what really matters? You know, yards, passes, pass attempts, accuracy, all of that, interceptions. No. To me, it's the one that takes us to a freaking Super Bowl. And Derek didn't ever do that as much as I love him. All right, moving on. I'm good.
Rebuttal, Jason? Rebel?
My turn?
Yep.
Yeah, this is a free fall. This is where you guys go back and forth.
I mean, you can look at the stats, you can look at the numbers, but you can also look at, like I said before, where you said great point, Rebel, right? A top 10 defense. Derek Carr never ever had a top 10 defense. He never had a defense ranked above 15. Rich Gannon had a top 10 defense with the players, the stars they had on that defense. John Gruden as the coach. I mean, DC had a different coach every single year. He had the same coach for 3 years. The only time he was ever good or played good was with the Raiders. So if the question is who had the better career with the Raiders, then, you know, that's a different question. But I thought the question was who had the best career. And the numbers show who had the best career, right? Rich Gannon made it to the playoffs with the Raiders, twice? Because they didn't go their first year. I think they were 1, 3, 4. They didn't make the playoffs their first year. Here, let me look this up. But I don't believe they made the playoff their first year. I think they made it twice and in 3 years. But he had the same head coach, same offensive coordinator, same players around him. DC had different players around him every single year. He had a 25th ranked defense every single year. So that, to me, that's totally different, right? If you're judging who had the best career, you got to go by the numbers. And the stats say Derek Carr, who is fourth all time in fourth quarter comebacks in the NFL, I think is a way better stat than Rich Gannon's playoffs, to me. So yes, it is about the shield and it is about just win baby. So if the question was, who had the best, the best career with the Raiders, or who has the most wins or playoff wins for the Raiders? Yes, it's definitely Rich Gannon. But stat-wise, career-wise, it's got to be DC for me. Well, and again, we never know what would have happened if he didn't break his leg. They could have won. That team was the best team in the AFC West that year and one of the best teams in football. And, if he wouldn't have got hurt, Del Rio could have still been the coach for the next 2-3 years. And they could have won plenty of playoff games. So they had a good defense that year is my point. That was the only time he's had a good defense. 2021, they had an okay defense. And, once again, lost his coach and Rich Bisaccia took over. So for me, I never seen Derek Carr throw into Jerry Rice or Tim Brown. That to me that makes a whole difference in a quarterback's career. Look, and if you have a running game, like the Raiders did as well.
One thing I don't disagree with you on that fact at all. Zero, I don't disagree with you. I love Derek Carr, man. I thought this dude, every time it was about to be freaking let's go, something happened to him. And don't get me wrong, but so this is a Raider show, right? So,
and DC is a Raider.
What do we want to do? We want to win Super Bowls, right?
Yes, sir.
What quarterback took us to a Super Bowl?
Okay, but what was his stats in that Super Bowl? What was his stats in that Super Bowl? How did he play in that Super Bowl? How did he play in that Super Bowl? So, yes, he took us to a Super Bowl, but a great quarterback wins in a Super Bowl, right? A great quarterback doesn't fold under pressure. What do you have, 5 interceptions in that Super Bowl? So, I mean, if we're talking about the greatest of all time, we didn't get to see Derek Carr play in the playoffs, right? We never seen it. We seen 1 year and he had one playoff. So, yeah, other than that,
you just proved my point. Right there, what you just said. We never got to see Derek Carr play in the playoffs.
But that's not his. That's not his fault, according to the stats. According to his career, right? He did everything he can.
No, I'm not.
There's plenty of other teams that made it to the playoffs with quarterbacks that had worse stats than Derek Carr, and still won playoff games. You have to have a team around you. You have to have the coaching, and you have to have defense. And Rich Gannon had that, but when he got to the Super Bowl, he didn't look like the best quarterback.
But Rich, you got to understand, I'm not disagreeing with you.
Well, the whole point of this is to.
I'm thinking about it.
So you're tapping out. Are you playing?
No, I'm thinking about it in a different perspective. What quarterbacks took us to a Super Bowl? Well,
yeah, but that's not the question. The question is which quarterback had the best season? Derek Carr.
No,
the best career, not took us to a Super Bowl, because that answer's easy. There's only 5 quarterbacks that ever took us to a Super Bowl, so that answer is kind of easy. Jim Plunkett won 2 of those, right? And Rich Gannon took us to 1, but just like Jim Plunkett, it wasn't the quarterback that took us to the Super Bowl. It was a team, the Raiders team, and like you said, this is about the shield and the team. And there's no quarterback. There's no I in team. So a quarterback can't take you to a Super Bowl. It was the team around him. So if we're talking about who had the best career, it's obviously Derek Carr.
Isn't that the point, though? Isn't that the point?
I mean,
with the Shield, we're trying to get back to the Super Bowl. Who had the best career with the Shield? The one that took us to a Super Bowl. Win or lose, that one.
30 seconds.
Yeah, 30 seconds to I mean, I don't know what your argument is.
I said that DC is clearly had the best career over Rich Gannon. I mean, every single year. If we want to go year by year and break down year by year, it's not even close. It's not
There's
even
no
close.
question. He is the best.
I mean,
that we've ever had.
He has only only 20 less interceptions in 57 less games.
No
like,
question, you're right about that. No question, you're right about that.
Okay, time right there. Okay. All right. Let's get to the closing.
Love it, Reb. Thanks, man. That was freaking awesome. I love it.
We're gonna go to the closing chat. You guys get ready for your vote. Get ready to go in for your votes. Okay, so the first person is gonna go into the closing is Rebel. You get to choose if you want to go first or second.
That was not the closing. We gotta go again.
No, that was just you guys going back and forth. You get up to 2 minutes for your closing arguments.
I don't
the same thing.
Yeah,
you want to go?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
You just get to make your final statement. You don't have to. You can defer your 2 minutes if you want to. You don't have to.
Yeah, I mean, I think I proved my point. It's obvious who had the better career.
Okay, so are you deferring it? You don't have.
No, I'm talking. You said I have 2 minutes. My time's ticking, right?
Okay, hold on. So I was just asking you, do you want to go first, or do you want to let him go first and you go
I went
last?
first. He went first, isn't it? I mean, I just assumed it was my turn. I don't know.
Bro, I'm just asking you. You have
to
the
go first,
choice.
man.
Okay, so we're gonna let Navman go
Either
first.
way.
Hold on. So here's a question I would like for you. Here's a question I would like for you to address in your 2 minutes too. It says, let's see. DC had the better career. Gannon had the better team. So in your 2 minutes, you can address that and also just make your final point. What you have up to 2 minutes. You have up to 2 minutes, and your time starts now.
Yeah. What Big Raz said, there's no question he's correct. There's no question. Gannon had a way better team. I mean, we're talking Jerry Rice, Jerry Porter, freaking Timmy Brown, man, my boy. You know what I mean? Freaking just freaking killing it. Best team in the NFL, no question. Had the freaking best offensive line in the NFL, no question. DC never had that. However, I gauge great quarterbacks on the ones that go to Super Bowls. DC, he should have, but everything seemed to stack against him. And he got hurt in the moment where I thought that it was going to happen. So that's why I say Rich Gannon. I mean, put us in the Super Bowl. So just saying, better career, Rich Gannon. For the Raiders. Done.
All right.
Yeah, it's obvious. Gannon absolutely had a better team.
Let me start the clock for you, bro. 1 second. Let's start the clock for you. Also, I have a statement for you to address as well from the chat. And your statement is, but Rich Gannon was the league MVP. How does that factor into your thought process? Your 2 minutes starts now.
I don't know where DC stood before he got hurt or if he got taken out of the running for the league MVP, but I believe he was very close in that category the year he got hurt. And yes, Rich Gannon did win an MVP, but like I said, he was throwing the ball to Charlie Gardner out of the backfield. You had who was the fullback? I can't think of the name right now. It's running off the top of my head, but you had guys like Warren Sapp. I mean, there was all kinds of Hall of Famers on that team. So definitely Gannon had the best team, and he also had the best coaching. Right, Del Rio was a great coach, but Del Rio was the best coach that Derek Carr ever had. And yes, Derek Carr had his best years, some of his best years with when Gruden was in the building. But that's all I gotta say. The best team was obviously that team that he was throwing to. And yes, you have an MVP, but I mean, like I said, if you know your history and you know ball and you know what those times were, it was a lot of 5-yard, 10-yard dunks that went for 35, 45, 50 yards, 80-yard touchdowns, and then big play passes. So yes, he definitely had the best team. Yes, John Ritchie. I mean, the list goes on and on of the players Rich Gannon had around him compared to the players Derek Carr had around him in his career. So that's all I gotta say.
All right. Okay.
Zach Crockett. That's what I was trying to get at. Yeah. I mean, like the
Okay,
players are
chat.
just ridiculous.
Okay, chat. Let me know in the chat, who do you guys have winning this round of debates? I want to see. Put a R in the chat for Rebel, or you can put Reb, or you put N or Nav in the chat for Nav. I'm gonna let you guys get your vote on, and I'm gonna go to you, Sacktown Mike. No, are you prepared for your vote?
Oh, can I read this comment real quick while you're doing that?
Go ahead.
Big Raz made a great statement. He said, so Doug Williams was a great quarterback. Flacco was a great quarterback, and Eli Manning, right, were great quarterbacks. Do y'all think those are great quarterbacks? I mean, they won Super Bowls.
Nick
Foles also, made it to a Super Bowl.
Hey, look, bro, I will never say that Derek Carr was not one of the greatest quarterbacks that have ever worn the shield. I'll never say that. But if you put it in a certain perspective of where did they go, you know what I mean, and what they did, I mean, NFL MVP is a big deal. I'm just saying.
But okay, I want to say this about Rich Gannon as well.
See, wait a minute. See, when I gave y'all time,
you said it's over. You said it's over, right?
Time,
you're waiting for people
now
to vote.
You want more time.
No,
but
we're just talking.
Go ahead and finish. Go ahead.
No, I thought the debate was over. You were.
No, look. I'm not disagreeing with.
I'm ready. I'm ready to render my verdict.
I'm ready to render my vote too. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna let you go after me, and then we'll let the chat decide. I'm gonna go ahead and render my vote. Now, I'm definitely in the school of thought that initially that Rich Gannon did take us further. But then he had that team. Then I got to thinking, well, if we put Derek Carr on that same team, could Derek Carr do the same thing? And then also, Rebel, you brought up a good point. Was DC in the running to be the MVP before he got injured? So I think those are very strong points. You did have the numbers, although for me, numbers don't always tell a story, not the story. But I think you were very strong on that, so I'm gonna give my vote to you. So my vote would be to Rebel, and so
as you should.
And your vote is you can go now, Mike.
Okay. Both. I think first of all, I want to say they both did a good job debating their points. I will say that, but I think the the question was who had the best career. What did Rich Gannon do with the Chiefs? Not a damn thing. I mean, he had a couple good years with the Raiders. That's not a good career. That's a good couple years with the Raiders. And the question, if he would have said who had the best career with the Raiders, then I can more agree to what Nav was saying. But
That
and
is
I
the
do think,
question, though.
right, that was the question: was career who had the best career? And
With
so
the Raiders.
and he had 9 years, so he played longer and played more. As far as his broken ankle, I was at that game when that happened. That was insane. a 280-pound lineman fell on his leg. Unless you got titanium bones, your ankle is gonna break.
Should have never
I
been
mean,
out there in the
that is
fourth
not his
quarter.
fault. That was just one of those freak things that happened. And he was in contention for MVP that year. I mean, for games before that, everybody in the crowd was like MVP, MVP. Commentators, everybody was talking about it. That was an MVP year. And Rebel said, Gannon had all the tools. Uh, and it, Aiden just didn't have shit. I mean, I'm sorry, he didn't have shit. So I'm gonna have to go with Red.
Don't
So you
disagree with
choose
you
it.
there.
So you choose it. So just so we are clear, we're talking about the career with the Raiders. I wasn't talking about with no one else. This is a Raider podcast. We're talking about with the Raiders, but
Oh, I
I
thought the
guess
question. I
I
thought you
guess
said the
I
question
guess
was
I guess
who
I
had the
guess
best career.
I guess it has to be
That
finite
was
to every word now, because.
what was the
But
question?
okay, but we'll go. So that was the question for me, was who had the better career as a Raider, but I guess I should have said as a Raider. But so
Well, if it was
okay.
as a Raider, I would have to go with Navman.
So what we're gonna do with this one is we're gonna just draw this one, because that was my fault. I'm gonna take the L on that one.
So you
But
voted
I
for
will.
me, he voted for me, and then we changed it around. I don't know.
Oh no!
So,
Look,
Well,
Yeah,
no,
exactly,
no, that's what I'm
exactly.
saying. That's the
but,
reason why.
but after he
That's the
made
reason
his
why
vote, you're like, wait, but it is with the
we'll
Raiders and
keep
changed
we'll keep the
and
question. We'll keep
and
the
it is
question
the
as the way he
goalpost again.
originally took it. He originally took the question as career, so we'll take it as career since it was my
okay.
fault. So
Then
you
my
won, you got 2 points. And then it looked like the chat did choose Nav, so it's 2 points to one. And Rebel, you do win this first round.
Okay, so it's over. Can I
Okay?
make my statement now, please? Can I say what I want to say? All right, so appreciate it. I mean, it's obvious who had the better career, but if you want to go, the other way, that's a whole nother debate, and we'll have to have that debate on another question. I'm sure everybody's opinion might be a little different, but however, I do want to say this about Rich Gannon. I feel like Rich Gannon kind of got the AOC treatment, right? You go drafted to a team, never really get a chance. You finally get to it, not just AOC. I mean, guys like Baker Mayfield, guys like Sam Darnold, right? They don't really get the chance with the team they start with, and they go somewhere and they get with a coach that fits their strengths and their qualities. So I just want to say this: if Rich Gannon would have started with the Raiders and John Gruden, his career might have been insane, because he did have absolutely great years with the Raiders under, a great offense and great players around him. So I do want to say that. But so yeah, man, I just want to say that you have to take everything with a grain of salt, right? A great quarterback is only as great as the team around him. And I think a lot of people forget that, right? We're already putting Mendoza in that boat. We throw names like Joe Burrow in that boat, right? I mean, what has Joe Burrow done since the second year when he went to the Super Bowl, right? The team around him fell off. They couldn't afford to bring in the guys because they're paying two overpriced not overpriced, but two enormously high priced wide receivers and a quarterback, and that's most of your salary. So quarterbacks are only as great as the play caller that knows their system, that is willing to ask the quarterback, hey, what are your strengths? What do you like to run, right? What are your favorite plays? Where do you excel? And if OCs and quarterback coaches and coaches don't take the time to do that with the quarterback, you don't really give them the chance. So I just wanted to say that. But yeah, without a doubt, it is DC. I mean, the man was lights out, and I've seen somebody in the chat say, he had weapons around him. Yes, he did have weapons around him later in his career. He also had almost 5,000 yards passing thrown to Devontae Adams. So yes, when you have weapons around you, it does make you great. And I believe every quarterback that's ever been great in the history has had great weapons around him. If you could find me one that doesn't, then I'll stop coming on these shows. But that's all.
What does the show have to do with with what
Because there'll
angry?
be nothing to debate about, right? I mean,
if I may, real quick, if I may say something real quick. First of all, I knew that Reb was going to be all about DC, okay, on this. So I had to not, I mean, there's no debate if we both like DC, right? Derek Carr is one of my favorite quarterbacks ever. You know what I mean? So I had to try to figure it out, you know, on how I could debate that.
And it's rough trying to debate against your own team, you know, players that were on your own team that you love both of them. I mean,
I go to you guys' podcasts all the time and y'all debate stuff like this all the time. But that's fine. Because I got something that I know everybody I got something that I know everybody debates. This for sure. This is what I know everybody debates.
Thanks, Reb. Love you,
everybody
bro.
debates this. So my question to you, Reb, do you want to be the judge for the next round? Is it
sure, I'll be the judge.
It would have been a better debate if you had Jamarcus Russell in there, man. So, you know.
Everybody would have killed Jamarcus Russell. All right, here we go.
He didn't get a fair shake.
Here we go. Let's go with this one.
The Chiefs did recover the backwards.
We're gonna have fun with this one. We talked about this one last week.
Let's pull it up. Let's play it. Play it.
Here we go. This is the AOC fumble against Kansas City.
Oh boy. Oh no.
Illegal shift on the offense. The Chiefs did recover the backwards pass and take over.
Illegal shift on the offense.
On top of it.
We're just talking about the command that Aiden O'Connell had, and he did. This is not on O'Connell. I don't mean to put it all on Jackson Powers Johnson.
The play.
O'Connell.
Play alive. This is going to clinch a playoff spot for the Chiefs. It's the first turnover of the game for either team.
Yeah, that's whose fault it was right there.
Mm-hmm.
It was Parnham.
Parham tapped him.
Okay, wait.
Hands on Parham.
So you know, Rebel, you are a judge, so you stay out of this.
Oh, okay, fine. I'll turn my mic off that way. You'll see my lips moving, but y'all won't hear me.
Okay, you guys, all you guys are back into the round table. You have 8 minutes. You guys start now.
That was Parham, man. Like I think Parham was looking at the clock and he was trying to get what's his name to hurry up, but AFC was still looking at the sideline. You know what I mean? Still trying to get something from the sideline. And yeah, it was just basically, I mean, JPJ was the one that hiked it, but Parham was the one that kind of sped up the play. You know what I mean? So that's what I remember.
Yeah, it was Parham's fault because if you look at the full length of it, which I did today, you can see AOC looking at the sideline trying to get a play in there. And also, Miller was looking on the side too, trying to figure out, what's going on. Usually when one of the guards, either left or right guard, is next to, of course, next to the center, and then on a silent count, especially in a shotgun in a loud stadium, it's a silent count. It's up to the guard to look back at the quarterback, and the quarterback will say, "I'm ready." Then he'll tap him. Parham did not look back at the quarterback and see if he was ready. He just and tapped him. So everybody say it was JPJ's fault? No, it was not JPJ's fault. He did what he's supposed to do. When Parham tapped him, he hacked the ball. So it's all on Parham.
Yeah, I agree with Chris. It's totally on par. And JPJ, as being the center, he has to look and see who he's blocking. It's up to the guard. In this case, the right guard usually is the right guard that is looking back at the quarterback. And then and you can see AOC has arms down to his side. He was looking around. He wasn't even looking at the center. I mean, the ball hit him on the chest before he even knew it was coming. And that's up to your guard, whoever they designated. In this case, it was Parham, and he tapped him on the thigh. That means snap the ball. So JPJ snapped the ball. AOC wasn't ready, so I don't think either one of those two have fault. It's definitely on Parham.
So everyone's saying Parham? Is that what you guys saying?
Yeah, I'm saying Parham all the way. Also, even the announcer said Parham. So,
okay, that's fine. That's interesting. So let's take a look at this then.
And so what ends up happening is he's clapping his hands, And the right guard, who is the one who signals to the center for the snap in the silent count, he interprets that as Aiden O'Connell calling for the snap. So he taps the center, which is the signal that the center needs to snap the ball. So the center snaps the ball. The problem is that the wide receivers, especially the one that's important is the one over here, but both wide receivers are not set at the snap. So that results in a penalty. You can see what I was talking about earlier, him clapping his hands to try to get everyone to get set. There he is, clapping his hands, saying, let's go, let's go, let's go. And you can actually hear it on the broadcast view, which, like I said, we're going to check into in a minute. Now, O'Connell, after clapping his hands, is looking around. He's first looking at this receiver, and then I told you on the other view that he looks over at that receiver. And this is where he's looking. And you can see the guard right here. He heard the clapping of the hands. He thought that means let's snap the ball, so he taps the center. That's the center's signal in the silent count, so he snaps the ball. O'Connell is not looking. He's looking over at his receiver, who's still not set. So the ball hits him on the shoulder and comes down. He tries.
No.
And so what ends up happening is he's clapping his.
So what happens is play clock was going down because they got the play in late. The play came in late. Aiden starts clapping, but Parham hears him clapping, and he taps JPJ. AOC is looking at the wide receivers. The wide receivers have not got to their position. They have to be set for a full second. They both never lined up before the ball was snapped, and the ball was snapped. That was the full play. So with all that being said, now who's at fault?
Parham.
Can I ask a question?
Go ahead.
If it's a penalty for the player not being snapped, how was it still a fumble and the game was over?
Because basically they denied the penalty because they got the ball back.
Right.
But if you look at it,
the penalty stopped the play, though, don't it?
No, because remember the
only false start shots.
Oh, it's afterwards.
The Bengal game.
Legal procedure doesn't stop the clock.
Yeah, legal procedure don't stop play false starts too. But if you look at it, he said it was clapping, but he was doing quick claps, quick. Come on. And then it's like a full second or two, he didn't clap. Then Parham touched him. So you can't say he clapped to hype the ball because he just clapped real loud. I can't clap with my hand. My arms are good. So he claps real hard, blam. And then, tap him. But he was clapping. Come on, guys, come on. So I'm not buying that what he says he's clapping.
Yeah, it's not college football where the quarterback actually claps his hand to receive the snap. The NFL works differently. And it's the touch by the right guard. And the right guard should have been looking over his shoulder at Aiden to see, okay, he's set. In the meantime, he's checking around, because he's making sure everybody's set. I don't know how much time was left on the play clock. I don't know. And did the Raiders have a timeout? Could they have called? I don't think they had a timeout, did they? I don't know.
There was 15 seconds left in the game. I don't know if they had a timeout.
But I'm talking about the play clock.
Okay.
Down to the play clock.
I'm about to tell you.
I would think they had a timeout because
I'm about to tell you
they were trying to run another play.
They didn't have a timeout. They were
trying to run another play with 15 seconds.
They spiked the ball the play before, and so the clock stopped. And so they didn't have any more timeouts. The play call got in late. They had like 10 seconds when they were 12 seconds when they're in the huddle. They rushed to the line of scrimmage because they have less than 10 seconds. When they snapped the ball, it was about two seconds left. AOC clapped them to get everybody to the line of scrimmage. Parham took that as the signal because they've been using signal all the way down the field to snap the ball on the silent count. And he touched JPJ, and the rest is history. But the receivers never got set. It was a dead ball penalty, so the play went on. They declined it, and they got the fumble. That's what happened.
Well, and here's my thing with that play. I just think I remember that play. I mean, I was like, what the fuck just happened, right? And I'm sorry, did I throw an F-bomb? Sorry about
No,
that.
you good.
And but the thing about it was I was like, what just happened? And I had to watch it over and over again. Sacktown and I have talked about this play a couple times. And it's like, yeah. So when you go in a hurry up like that, the center is counting on the guard to look down the line and make sure everybody's set before he hikes the ball. You know, and Parham is at fault on this one. There's no question in my mind.
Well, it's up to the quarterback to make sure everybody's set. That's why he was clapping his hands real fast. That's why he was clapping, get set, get set. He was pointing, get set, get set. And then he was waiting for him to get set. Then he's going to clap his hand real quick, you know, for the Parham supposed to be looking at the quarterback all the way, not just getting set up. He should have been looking at the quarterback all the way, waiting for the quarterback to say, I'm ready. He didn't busting that. He put his head in the ground.
So everybody's saying the same thing?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
It's Parham?
I think so.
But I'm the judge, though, so can I ask a question?
Yeah, 1 second. So
there's not going to be it's not going to be a debate if everybody has the same answer, right?
No, it's fine. You can go next. So I just want to ask this question. So you all think that it's Parham's fault?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
I mean, I think in the heat of the moment, AOC gets some of that too, because he was thinking of when he was clapping, trying to get their attention, but at the same time, that means something different. You know what I mean? So he could have just said, you know, used his voice like, hey, you know what I mean? And vocally, you know what I'm saying, got their attention. But
isn't that the purpose of using the silent snap, because you can't hear a person?
Yeah, but I mean, but when he clapped that second time, that pretty much signaled to Parham that, oh shit, it's done, it's time. You know,
it's like 2 seconds on the play clock.
Yeah,
he clapped like 4 times. He was clapping fast 4 times. Come on, guys, come on.
And as you see, the wide receivers were still moving. Like they were still moving when he was still trying to, you know what I mean? So
Rebel, go ahead, ask your question.
I was gonna say, I mean, everybody has the same opinion, but is that just that one play, or can you look at like 2 plays before that? Because can we see? Because you said they were in a hurry up, right? So does he look back the play before? Does he just tap them and go? Right? I think
that's what they've been doing the whole way down. I can't play everything because of copyright for one, but I can tell you what happened. I can tell you what happened though. Well,
I mean, I watched it over and over again too, and I watched the other plays. I lost the debate. I lost the debate last week over this because everybody thought it was AOC, but now that it clearly looks like it was Parham.
I wish I was debating this because that's neither here nor there. But
I'm the judge, so you can debate and you can be in the next against somebody, I guess.
Yeah, that's cool. It's cool, but no, this is essentially what happened. I mean, if you guys are, if everybody's deadlocked that this is Parham, we'll just leave it at that. We'll just leave it at Parham, and let me see what the chat say about it, because if AOC coming down, flapping his hands to signal to snap the ball or hurry up, and he snaps it, you guys are blaming Parham for snapping the ball. That's what you all are saying.
Last week when we were talking about it, it was because Parham looked back and AOC lifted his leg, but that doesn't seem to be the case. I didn't see no leg lifted, right?
Yeah,
that was the talk last week. Right. So
he didn't even look back.
Yeah, because I believe that's how he usually snaps the ball. Is, you know, he claps and then he lifts his leg or whatever. But that a clap or 2 claps is different than this, you know what I mean? And you got
let's go is this
as an offensive lineman, you got to be aware that, come on, this dude, he's saying get ready because he knows.
So let me ask you guys something. And how so with 2 seconds. So let me ask you this, because you're not debating it. So let me ask you this. So with 2 seconds on the play clock, and the receiver's not even lined up yet, and they have to be set for 1 second, it's still Parham's fault? If you guys are saying it's Parham's fault, we'll deadlock that.
Wasn't 2 seconds though. That's the thing.
Not when they started. No, it was
All
2
right,
seconds.
let me go find the play now because I'm telling you, it was 2 seconds left on the play clock.
There was 2 seconds when
Well,
he
then
snapped
the
the
fucking
ball.
receivers
But there
need
wasn't
to
2
hurry the
seconds when
fuck
they
up.
came back to the line because they were in a hurry.
And the receivers weren't even lined up yet, so they have to stand there
Maybe
for
the
a second.
receivers are the problem.
Yeah, I was gonna say, and if the receivers,
But let me can I ask you a question, Black, as the quarterback? As a quarterback, is it not your job to make sure everybody is set with the center before you signal for the clap?
Yes.
Okay, so nobody was set though, right?
Yeah,
Right. So why would he have been signaling for a snap though?
He wasn't signaling for a snap. He was going, "Hey, come on, everybody, let's get going." It's not. We don't.
Hurry up
We don't.
offense.
So hold on. If you're asking me the question, I'm just answer the question. Okay, let's say he looked at the play clock, and he's looking at the play clock, and the play clock is winding down because if you don't get the ball snapped, it's going to be a delayed game. So he's like, "Hurry up, guys, hurry up!" Right?
The game would have been better.
Yeah, the ball's at the 32-yard line. They were in field goal range. They
I
should have never
understand
ran
all that.
another play.
You guys you're talking about hold on. You're talking about the what ifs. I get that, but I'm just telling you what he did. So he's snapping, he's clapping, telling everybody to hurry up. Now, all the way down the field, he lifts his leg to have them snap the ball, right? So that's where the discrepancy is there because he was clapping his hands versus lifting his leg on that play. Parham started clapping. I don't know if he saw the play clock or not, but he snapped the ball. It was only a couple seconds left. The receivers didn't get set.
I will tell you this.
Let me ask you this.
These receivers were not in a big fucking hurry to get.
Yeah, nobody was, and they should have known the time. But let me ask you this. You said all the way down, he was lifting his leg, right? So to lift your leg, for your offensive lineman to know when you lift your leg, doesn't he have to be looking back at you?
He was looking back at him.
No, he wasn't.
Replay it.
Pardon, now look back at him.
Replay it.
Usually when a quarterback licks his leg in NFL, it's to start a motion for one receiver to move to the other side.
Because I think the receivers are the problem.
Mark them in the back one time.
They were in a fucking hurry. The receivers weren't in a hurry.
Check into in a minute.
I'm starting to change my mind.
Go, and you can actually hear it on the broadcast view, which, like I said, we're going to check into in a minute.
Season clap.
Now, O'Connell,
but he never sees him lift his leg.
So that results in a penalty.
One second.
Hands to try to get everyone to get set. There he is, clapping his hands, saying, "Let's go, let's go, let's go."
Let's
and
walk,
you can actually
don't look
hear
back.
it on the broadcast view, which,
See,
like
he
I
doesn't
said,
look
we're
back.
going to check into in a minute. Now, O'Connell, after clapping his hands, is looking around. He's first looking at this receiver, and then I told you on the other view that he looks over at that receiver, and this is where he's looking.
So if they're going on the leg lift, why is he going on the clap? That's my only question.
I think the first clap was to set, and then the second clap is to go.
No, there was a repeated clap. You can look at
It
his
was the
hands.
fast clap.
He's saying, "Hurry up, hurry up, hurry up." That's what all quarterbacks do. When it's time to go, they're clapping their hands. That means hurry up.
But remember how loud it is there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah,
like they're in one of the loudest arenas.
Oh, on top of it.
Talking about this is not on O'Connor Johnson's to the play.
That's where the
Johnson's to the play.
Play alive. This is going to clinch a playoff spot for the Chiefs.
Let them know.
It's the first turnover of the game.
But you're saying
for
that
either team.
Play is making me sick to my stomach.
But you're saying that O'Connell supposed to lift his leg up to tell Parham he's ready. Parham never looked back to see if he lifted his leg or not. He just touched him.
Yeah,
I mean, it was 2 seconds.
His job is his job was to look back at the quarterback. Say, "Are you ready? You ready? Lift your leg up." Okay, then tap. He never looked back.
Yeah.
Never. So
Right. But the thing is, who's Aiden looking at?
The receiver
Whoever
that's
the
not set.
receiver was on
He
the
showed it
left
at the
side.
beginning.
He was
showed it at
not
the
set
beginning.
yet.
Yeah, the receiver's not set.
That's why he lifted his leg up.
That's why he's not
Because
calling
he's
for the ball.
freaking goddamn freaking lollygagging over there and
Yep.
freaking not freaking getting set.
So it could be on the receiver for not being in his place as well.
It could be.
Well, they could take a penalty. Yeah, 5-yard penalty. Oh well, let's try it again.
Right.
Yeah, that's using hindsight now though. But But because ideally that would have been the better thing to do is to
I
take the
didn't
5
notice
yards.
that until this show. I didn't notice how slow those receivers were to get to their freaking spots.
Yeah, in a hurry up offense, no huddle.
Right. They were just fucking, I'll be there when I get there. You know?
So let's see. Hold on.
My answer is this. The receivers are the problem.
Hey, you know what, Jeff?
Just wasted time to get there.
401 Raider Jeff made a point too in the chat that I agreed with. You know, for them to get out breaking the huddle at 12 seconds, and it happened a lot that year. It happened a lot last year. It happened a lot the year before.
Yeah, because they were
It's been
getting the
happening a
plays
lot.
in late.
They need to get the plays in faster.
Yeah, that's on
So
the
and I was
coaching
going to
staff.
say that, and then I saw Jesse. I'm like, yeah, that's why. You know, that's a good point. You know, it's up to the coaches to give them you need to be breaking the huddle with at least 17 seconds left.
Well, I bet you all can agree that it was all bad clock management on AP's fault all
Yes,
year round.
yes, that's the whole point. We
Right.
would never
So
be.
that's
We
the
would.
so
We
that's
would
the
never.
question.
We would
So that's
never
the
be
que-
having this. We would never be
What-
having this conversation if AP would have just kicked the field goal from the 32-yard line with 15 seconds left. Why was he trying to get yards? Daniel Carlson has never missed in his career. Correct.
He wasn't trying to get yards. He wasn't. He wasn't trying to get yards. What he was trying to do was he was trying to burn more time off the clock.
It's
because we
15
were like,
seconds. If you can't stop somebody,
one second. He was trying to
So
burn
Big
more
Brass-
time. He was trying to burn more time off the clock because what he was going to have AOC do was take the snap, run around, and throw it out of bounds.
Okay,
So
so
that
Big
way it
Brass
only
makes
been-
a point in the chat, though. Isn't that on the QB not getting them set faster?
He's trying. He's telling everybody hurry up. The play only comes in so fast. When like he's saying, there's 12 seconds left on the play clock. When he gets the play, you got to
Well,
tell
I'm telling
everybody
you
to
what,
play. And he's set.
those receivers
Offensive line
were-
is set, but the receivers were not. They're not. They were
They
just
were
walking,
in any hurry, bro.
just walking over there.
They were not in a hurry.
Rebel Gannon would have never let this happen. Just know that.
Oh, come on.
Oh, Gannon would never let this happen.
He
Oh,
wouldn't either.
shit.
Neither would Jamarcus
That's
Russell.
funny.
Neither would Jamarcus Russell.
Oh my God, dude. That's funny. That is so funny. I love that you said that. No, he wouldn't, and DC wouldn't let it happen either.
Yeah, but
so
I mean, I don't think any quarterback could have stopped it. I mean, it's clearly that whether he was clapping to speed everybody up. Parham never looked back, and like I said, it's because of copyright. But if you could see the plays before and how they were in the same hurry up offense, you would see how the ball was snapped. It's Dylan Parham looking back the whole time, waiting for a leg to lift, and then as soon as that leg is lifted, he turns around and taps the quarterback.
I watched it. I watched when they got down to that point.
If you look at the two plays before, and if you could just look at that whole drive, they were in a hurry up. They were trying to move the clock. They were down 2 points. They had 15 seconds left on the clock on the 32-yard line, and the coach made a horrible call. You kick the field goal. You kick the damn field goal, or you take a penalty and you move back 5 yards, and you start the clock or whatever, but. It just makes no sense to even try to get extra yardage. Everything that AP said.
That's why AP's not the coach now.
Well, he had all those great advisors.
Right. To me, if you look at the scenario, it's if we win that game, we're probably picking 10th in the draft. If we lose that game, we're picking 6th where we picked.
So I guess what it comes down to is what Black was asking is who's at fault.
Was it too severe? I know Carlson missed a couple of field goals in that game, so I don't think AP was confident he'll make another one because he did miss some field goals. So it was two.
Make two.
Yeah, he missed two.
2 or 3 in that game.
I thought he missed like 3.
But I think they were both, weren't they from like 50 yards or something? Not 30. I mean 35. I don't think he's ever missed in his career.
Well, from there,
I think one got blocked.
No, but see, from there, it would have been a 50-yard.
Yeah, one got
32.
blocked. Oh, yeah, 32. So 50. Yeah, I mean,
yeah. You probably will get another
trying to get a couple more yards.
Right.
Carlson missed 2 field goals in that game. Yeah.
Right.
Thanks to this play, we'll never know.
I think he missed 2 for sure. I think.
Well, if this play would have worked out, we probably would have got Genty. So there it is.
Yeah, but they should have kicked. This play should have just been the kick because like
this one's got a lot of drama. There's a lot of drama going on in this play. I mean, it's like nobody's right in any of these scenarios. The coach isn't right. The quarterback's not right. The receivers weren't in any freaking hurry. So, I mean, there's a lot of blame to go around on this one.
I agree. And the funny thing is that JPJ in the press conference said it was all my fault. I should have never snapped the ball. Dylan Parham said it was all my fault. I should have, made sure the quarterback was ready. And Aiden O'Connell said it was absolutely all my fault. So three of them,
fault was it?
Right.
All three of them took the blame for it. All three of them said it was my fault.
Whose fault was that? Mark Davis' fault.
It was AOC for not falling on that damn ball.
Mark Davis' fault.
Let's start from the top.
Because you can see JPJ's reaction, and also there was somebody. I heard some things about it also saying that they thought there was a false start signal from the sideline. That's what JPJ was yelling. You see him looking over there as well. Like, I don't know, but somebody was saying that they thought there was a false start signaled on the sideline. That's why JPJ and Aiden O'Connell looked over that way. And
it wasn't a false start because it was a dead penalty.
The two C's wasn't set.
Look, you look at Colton Miller, he's already rolling back. And so is who is that?
CJ Glade's got a big jump. A big jump. And Max Crosby, you can watch the Max Crosby video. Max Crosby said the same thing. He said, I didn't see it, but I heard that there was a signal for a false start before the receiver got set or before the ball was snapped.
We were cooking on that drive too. That's the crazy part. We were cooking and then that shit happened.
AOC had 340 yards and 2 touchdowns in that game. He outplayed Mahomes in that game.
The funny thing about that was it's funny how the referees got together for a few minutes to make the call. It's like, why you take so long to make this call? And this was a game that Kansas City needed to win to get to the playoffs.
It should have just
it was definitely an illegal shift. It wasn't a false start because they were never set. It can't be false start if they were never set. So it's an illegal shift. It's not a false start. The false start and illegal shift have similar motions from the referee as well. So
which keeps the play alive. And
which keeps the play alive. Exactly.
Oh, Jack Kennan saying it's Geno's fault. Probably.
I'm blaming on Geno too.
You know what? This all agreed to agree.
Blame Geno for
he
that.
wanted to come here this year, so let's blame Geno.
Blame Geno.
All right, here I'm about to play this right here. Hold on.
Let's just blame Geno.
Yeah.
And I can't wait till we play the Jets. I can't wait.
I can't wait to play real football when it counts.
Oh,
I'll tell you what. Geno is going to get smashed by Max Crosby. I mean, there's no question in my mind that's going to happen.
And you can see the guard right here. He heard the clapping of the hands. He thought that means are not
right.
But this dude's saying it's on Parham too, isn't he?
Yeah.
Well, receivers, and he's kind of saying receivers.
He was good, but
no, it wasn't set. Neither one of them were.
Mm-mm.
No, he's pointing at the ref, saying, "Hey, am I good?" See what I mean?
And you can even see the tight end trying to tell the receiver to go off the line.
Yeah,
because he was on the line of scrimmage. So
you got to back up, bro.
Hold on.
Yeah.
Hold on. Here we go.
$10 holler.
We're gonna solve this tonight.
Solve it.
Can I ask why is this even relevant? He might not even be on the team by the time the season starts.
Who was that?
AOC.
Damn. Is that Rebel?
Yes.
Rebel.
Yes.
So.
Yes.
He said yes.
Yes.
Who might not be on the team?
I mean, why would he want to be here? You know what I mean? Like, you get to play in the fourth quarter like you're some kind of first year scrub. Like you ain't go out there and win games for
there
this
it is.
team. Like,
That's the
signals to
problem.
the center for the snap and
Right
the
there
silent
is the
count.
problem.
Because
if I'm his
the
agent, I'm one
communication
out.
between the coaching staff and the
Hold on, now listen.
clock stopped. Okay. Let's start by setting the scene. The Raiders had a 2nd and 3 at the Chiefs' 32-yard line, and they spiked the ball with 16 seconds left on the clock. So here we are, clock stopped, full play clock, and the Raiders appear to take a while to get their play in, and we'll see this on the broadcast view a little bit later in this video. But they take so long that on the broadcast view, you can see Aiden O'Connell starting to tell the play in the huddle with 12 seconds left on the play clock, which is especially crazy because...
Okay, so you start to call the play at 12 seconds. Just keep this in mind. Don't say that. Don't say nothing. We're just taking these points by point.
Never got the play call relayed in, or he just got it so late that he wasn't able to start relaying it to the team until there were 12 seconds left. Anyway, because of that, the Raiders are extremely hurt.
So I guess the answer to the question is coaching staff is the one to blame for this. There you go.
Yeah, because you know what? It was when you in the hurry up, you normally call 2 plays. There's 2 plays. You run this one, next play you're gonna run that one. And why was it only 1 play, and why did it take so long to get in? So you can switch it back to the clock management play call.
I blame McDaniels.
So I guess we were all wrong. Coaching staff failed on it. Yes, imagine absolutely. That. It was McDaniels, a great coaching staff that year, by the way. Yeah.
McDaniels' old plays. I blame him.
Fucking sorry. I just threw an F-bomb again. Damn it.
He said we about to fail Kurt too.
No, I don't think so.
Are we froze?
No. No, I think Black's just kind of setting up the next set.
Yeah, that's true what Severe said. The headset communication cuts off at 15 seconds. But what you do, if you're a smart coach and know a clock manage, okay.
Anybody there?
Plays. Yeah. Here's 2 plays. No, on screen. Here's 2 plays we'll run.
At least 2.
Yeah, 2.
Yeah.
At least 2.
A comfortable play. A play that they know, run like,
Hey, chat, am I the only?
No, I can hear you, Mike. It was not on screen right now.
That's us standing.
Where'd everybody go?
That's
us. Everybody see everybody? Just not me. Do I need to kick myself out of the show and come back in?
I'm here.
I don't know what's going on right now.
There's nobody on the screen, Mike.
They got me behind the cage on the right side. You see me?
Oh, the screen is frozen. Okay, I didn't know if it was just me.
Is he just AOC just got?
See, the counter's still going
up. I wish. That'd be nice.
You can't see anyone faded. I hear everyone, but see, I don't hear anybody, and I don't see anybody.
I guess YouTube says you got to see
Raider, you're faded, so typically you can't see anyone.
YouTube said, I'm tired of y'all talking about AOC like y'all infatuated with him over and over again.
Yeah.
Black has an AOC topic every night.
Man, look what you all did, man. Y'all froze YouTube.
No, geez, I'm
They're tired of the AOC. AOC been viral for days.
Just ask the question.
AOC is trending now.
Severe says that looks like a scene from an Arkham Batman game.
Nice. You know, he's right. It does kind of look like one of those.
That's what I see faded. Okay, as long as it's not just me, I'll sit here and wait.
The blood's in the middle. Let's do it.
So I guess I won that argument, right?
Anyone?
I think I won that
one.
I won. Hey, we all said the same thing. We all, I think I won. I got that.
Everybody taps out.
I think we're good. I think all of us, we kind of know where we're at, man. It ain't a win-lose thing for us. And the thing is, And I knew Reb was definitely on the DC train. So I'm like, there's no freaking way. I have to make a case for Gannon. There's no way it would be smart for all of us to be on DC.
Okay, they both had Gruden. So who would you say if Gruden had to pick, if you could have any quarterback? I'm pretty sure he would pick Gannon. He loves Gannon. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
I can't see Gruden picking DC over Gannon. I definitely can't.
Good one, severe.
The thing is, if I said Derek Carr, then there would be no debate. You know what I mean?
Can I bring up the topic? Can I ask a question for y'all?
Gannon too, so it would have been one.
I want to know y'all's topic on this. Where was Drew Allard drafted? Wasn't it like 5th, 4th, 5th, 6th round?
Yeah,
like,
that dude.
Did you see the game? Did you see the game he had today?
Hey,
10
preseason.
for 13, 153 yards with 3 tutties.
Yeah, he had a good game. Playing against the 2s and 3s, yeah, he had a good game.
With the first, with a new head coach, new defensive coordinator, right? New everything over there as well. Like, and he's got, Aaron Rodgers, who's not even, that much in camp, so he probably got a lot more first team reps, is what I'm saying. Like,
right.
Looking at what he did and what Mendoza did as a first round pick, does that not scare anybody?
We're back.
Hey, I see me. No, I don't see me.
I'm back.
Hey, that's me.
Sorry about that, y'all. I got booted out. That was crazy.
That's
I thought
I accidentally booted myself out. That's what I normally do.
I mean, how's the host get booted off and we're still here?
Free black.
So we're just talking shit the entire time about you, bro.
All right. So I guess what we decided is Parham was the reason for all this, right? That's what we said. That's what we determined.
The quality control coach.
Deuce Gruden.
Deuce Gruden.
I think
Deuce Gruden. Deuce is
okay.
I think we all agree coaching was the problem.
Yeah.
On the entire thing.
I think that's been a problem for many moons.
Right. But I mean, if you don't have 2 plays in your pocket, at least 2 plays in your pocket in a friggin' let's go, then you know what I mean? That type of shit. You know what I mean? It's like the coaching should have had 2 plays in their pocket. It's like, you go, why in the hell was freaking Aiden at shotgun?
Gone again.
Yeah.
Because he was gonna throw the ball away. But let's go to another question then, because we already beat that one up ad litem. You guys
did.
You guys determined that was Parham. I see that kind of different. I think it was the coach's fault for one. For one, it's the coach's fault because they got the play in so late because AP trying to do something unconventional like run around and throw the ball away to kill seconds. I think we should have just kicked the field goal from right there. Personally, I just think that's what we should have did.
Yeah,
but they got the play in late, and then ultimately it's the quarterback's fault. I mean, it's the quarterback's responsibility to make everybody line up. I get that he was clapping, but that's his fault that they was misinterpreted as the snap because, I mean, they're running up the clock, they're running against the clock. The lineman sees the play clock ahead of them. I'm assuming that he sees the play clock. They already know that they're against the clock. I don't know, but ultimately, I don't think it was Parham's fault. I think it was the coaching's fault. But that's just me. So if you guys want to tell how you feel about it, I'll give each one of you guys a minute to go ahead and just summarize what you guys felt like whose fault it was.
I mean,
I think we pretty much beat that one to death.
Yeah, pretty much.
If anybody else wants to go,
you haven't had a chance, if you don't want to speak, you don't have to speak. What you was going to say, Jason?
Basically, so the coaching staff because look how many people we blamed on that when we asked who was to blame. Now, if he had to let the kicker kick, it would have just been the kicker's fault for missing the kick. It would have just been a simple, you know what I mean? But at least he would have given him a chance to, we never know what would have happened. I feel like he should have kicked it. I mean, yeah, he missed those 2 kicks earlier in the game, but at that time, I would have trusted Carlson to redeem him. I would have gave him the chance to redeem himself, and if he made it, cool. We forget about the 2 you missed. because we won. But you know what I mean? We didn't. So.
Oh, so never mind.
Yeah, AG fan.
Agreed.
Did you hear that? I didn't hear him.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, G fam, I appreciate your comments. Sometimes things go wrong electronically. We can't control it. It's not an easy thing doing this. So I do appreciate your thumbs down, sir.
Damn.
So here's another question for you guys. Here's another question.
My last question, dudes. I'm on the East Coast, man. My last question.
Yeah, this is the last question. We're gonna get three.
Okay.
So this is so how confident are you that Kirk Cousins going to keep Mendoza on the bench? Do you guys feel how confident are you feeling about Kirk Cousins? Because it seems like we have a lot of people that want Mendoza to start, and they're not really pro Kirk Cousins. Do you think Kirk Cousins will be able to keep Fernando off the field? Who's going to play more games, essentially?
I think he can do it. I think he definitely will do it, at least till after the bye.
I'm going Kirk Cousins. Kirk Cousins probably play more games, more than likely.
I kind of want to wait till this next game because I mean, this against the Cardinals.
I'm gonna back out and come back in. I can't hear anybody.
Since it was the Cardinals, and I feel like we're gonna face a better defense next week. So I kind of want to see, but I mean, I already know Kirk's gonna start. You know what I mean? Like he's gonna be there, but I feel like the last game kind of made pretty much Mendoza his start not too far away. You know what I'm saying? I think he showed that because he didn't look rattled. Like when he was doing this thing to me, like he was dropping back, you know, doing this thing, you know, and then for his first game, I mean, you know, of course you're gonna have nerves and all that, but I mean, pretty much he looked natural to me. He looked like a football player to me. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just reading right here. I said Kirk Cousins more than likely, depending on if he don't get injured. So, but then what Jason said does make kind of sense. We will definitely see in the second game because this was a first game. You know, you have Mendoza with the nerves, his first professional game in that crowd. Kirk been there before, so he was a little nervous, but it didn't take him long to snap out of it. That pass he threw the back on the sideline was high because he was probably pumped up. And that high pass to the sideline. So I might back down off of that. Knowing Kirk Cousins' injury, maybe Mendoza do get more playing time. So I'm back off of Kirk. I'm going to Mendoza. Might have more
I love it, Chris. Love it. Change your mind the last minute.
No, well, what Jay said, I just thought about it. I said, you knew you're right. And then I read the chat. I said, yeah, I forgot about Kirk Cousins' injury issues. He does good. He's older and slower. So if they rush him and somebody give him a good crack, he's out for a while.
Okay, so this last debate is going to be Chris. You're going to be for Fernando. Anyone got Cousins? A lot of you guys said Cousins is going to start more games.
I got Fernando. I got Fernando.
I know you're on the East Coast now, so if you wanna dip out, you can. Because you're not in this last one, or it's up to you. I'm not rushing you off or nothing, but I'm just saying.
No, the thing about it is, here's what it comes down to with me. Kirk Cousins was brought in there for a reason. We got him on the cheap. Nobody's ever got Kirk Cousins on the cheap, ever. So
he's 40.
Okay, so
you say that again. The bank thief.
So that dude's a bank thief. But that first drive with him, he was in command. And that is something Fernando can friggin' live. Watching to see this dude and the way he operates, right? So if Kirk is healthy, I expect him to finish the season if we're not like losing football games. Bad. You know what I mean? I expect Fernando could go in. Let's say we're 2-8. I could see
2-8.
Fernando in the ball game.
Dang, nah, 2-8.
Let's just say. I mean, just to say.
Well, with that being said, the question. Well, we'll say. Well, wait a minute. With that question being said, then Kirk Cousins would have played more games. That's 10 games. So the question was, is Kirk or who plays more games? Right? Was that the question, or am I wrong?
Well, that was,
I guess
that was part of the
then.
question. I mean, the question is Kirk
Is
Cousins
Kirk
going
gonna
to play
overtake?
good enough? Well, hold on. Kirk Cousins going to be playing good enough to keep Fernando on the bench. So essentially, is Kirk Cousins going to take over this team and basically run the team this year and not Fernando?
Not all year. I don't think so.
Well, it doesn't have to be every game of the year. I'm just saying. Do you think that? So what would it take for Kirk Cousins to get out of the game? Let's not say injury, because Fernando can go out there and get injured too. So like anybody can get injured, barring injury. So let's just say, all things being equal, if Kirk Cousins go out there, what would it take for Kirk Cousins to be dethroned by Fernando?
Injury. That's it.
I just said not injury, bro.
He's been given a job he hasn't earned.
I think like a 1-5 start or like a 1-6. You know what I mean? Like where it's just like you ain't going nowhere. So you might as well
agree with that.
Because it's kind of like you might as well let him get his bumps. You know what I mean? Because if this is what we're doing, because that's the point I think of Kirk, is to kind of keep us relevant. And because with our wide receivers, Kirk can get the best out of our wide receivers. You know, Fernando's still kind of learning, and plus we don't really have, you know, too much in that section. So
and
Kirk can squeeze the most out of them. You know what I mean?
Right.
So,
And we're really not going to know until the end of this preseason who those wide receivers are until we cut to that 53.
Yeah. Take away the injuries. If Kirk has a Geno start, then definitely he's out. But the way he managed the ball yesterday, like I said, it's preseason, so the real test. I don't know if Kirk gonna play next week, but barring injury, if he has a Geno Smith start where he throws his first pick, 2 more picks, 3 more picks, he's out. I don't think Kubat's going to tolerate that. I mean, it's dumb interception, not just like a tip ball. I mean, actually throw to the other guys.
Right.
Chris, who's the best quarterback right now? Fernando or Cousins right now?
Fernando.
The best quarterback?
Yes, right now.
Right now, I would say to be Kirk Cousins right now.
All right. Does any of you guys have Fernando being the better quarterback right now?
No,
not me.
I'd say Kirk just
depends on what you mean by better. Like Fernando definitely has the better ceiling and may have, you know, just
the upside,
just as close as the same
sure.
floor. I mean,
right now, but at this,
we still don't know.
The question is right now, who's the best quarterback at this moment?
Yeah, the better quarterback is Fernando. The most experienced quarterback is Kirk Cousins, but he's not the better quarterback.
Well, I mean,
Fernando's faster. He's got a better arm.
Okay, here we go. So here's the debate. Chris, you're gonna go with Fernando. I mean Kirk Cousins, and you're gonna go with Fernando. Rebel.
I'm saying we're talking right now. Like, I mean, I don't know what you're saying.
I thought that was
the question.
The question is, who's the better quarterback right now?
Right now,
this moment,
That's
today.
what I'm saying. The better quarterback at this moment, experience-wise, is Kirk Cousins, but that's the only thing. He doesn't have the better arm. He doesn't have. Yeah. So that's
So you ready? So you ready to debate him?
Yeah, I say Fernando.
So Jason, you got Kirk Cousins, right?
Yeah. Wait.
Let's see. Where am
I mean, Chris, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's what I was confused.
I was like, damn, he switched it up. I thought you was the Nando guy.
I meant.
I mean, yeah. I mean, for the future, because I just figure basically Kirk just his experience right now.
Yeah, right.
This very moment is definitely better, but Mendoza will gain experience.
But see, that question is kind of loaded.
Yeah.
Because we got a small sample size of Fernando in his first game ever. We know what Kirkin did. We've seen him for 12 years. So
who gives us the best chance to win?
I can debate a point, but it's like you said, for right now, Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback because he's experienced, like you said. So it's kind of hard to determine. You have to wait till a few games in, a couple pieces of games to see what can Fernando do. So it's kind of hard to. I can't judge a quarterback only playing 2 quarters.
So who do you think should start the season?
Kirk.
Who do I want? Oh, should
those are a lot of different questions. I mean, those are a lot of different.
No, you guys are splitting these hairs like hella fine, which is fine.
I know.
Hold on. Which is fine. The question is though, who do you think should start week 1? I'm not asking Chris. Who do you think should start week 1?
I'll throw Cousins there for week 1.
Okay. What you was about to say, Rebel?
I mean, yeah, for week 1, Nando's not ready yet. But if we're talking who the best quarterback is, we're talking about upside, right? And we're talking about the best arm strength and the best mobility.
All of that.
Yeah,
you can debate all of that.
That's
you can debate all of that. You can debate all of that. It's your job to convince us that. There is no absolute answer. So you guys, that's what you're supposed to debate that. So you and Chris are gonna debate that.
Yeah, okay, I'll debate.
Oh, I love it.
I'll debate.
Okay, here we go. And so Jason, you'll be the let me see. Or since Nav, you on the East Coast, do you want to be the judge for this so you can vote? Or you not wanting to be the judge?
Lost my judging duty.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Okay. No, actually, you know what? You can be you can vote too. You can be the other judge. So, all right, I'm gonna give you it's gonna be a total of 5 minutes. Just 5 minutes for this, for you guys to go back and forth to make your point, and then you'll have a closing, which is 1 minute. So it should take 7 minutes, you guys. So, all right, we're gonna let Chris go first because he's the first timer right here. So, you can start right now. You guys have 5 minutes starting now.
All right. So who's the best quarterback right now, right this morning? I say Kirk Cousins is. You can say because of experience. I'm gonna say experience. Right now, I haven't seen enough of Fernando to say he's the best quarterback right now. Although Fernando has a bigger arm, faster, blah blah blah. But as far as playing games, I'm gonna say Kirk Cousins. He has the most experience. He knows how he drove down the field effortlessly. I'm tongue tied with no problems. So when Raiders played Miami in week 1, I will say Kirk Cousins needs to start. He's the best quarterback right now on the roster, better than everybody. So other than that, he's got to look at what he did. And he only played one quarter, one series. Fernando had almost 2 quarters, and he didn't what he got for guys? 10 for 16 for 97 yards, 1 touchdown. So I don't know. I don't think Fernando is ready yet. Right now, like I said, we have a small sample size. So right now, starting the best quarterback right now would be Kirk Cousins. I'm done.
All right, so we've seen Kirk Cousins, right, go in there. We've seen him take all first-team reps. So he's way more comfortable than Fernando Mendoza, who's been playing with the 3s, with the 2s, had 1 series with the 1s, right? He's not throwing to Brock Bowers. He's not throwing to Trey Tucker. He's not throwing to Jack Bash. Well, he was in the game, but he hasn't really much been in practice. Anyways, my point is Mendoza's going out there as a rookie, never playing in the NFL, and the zip off the ball, it comes out like a rocket, right? Like I said earlier, his feet are always in the right place. If he's looking somewhere, he went through his reads, he's showing he can go through his progressions. He gives you the best chance to win, I feel, right now. Now, we've seen Kirk Cousins go out there. Yes, he was 4 for 5. He had 50 yards and a touchdown. That's great. But those were 5 scripted plays. Mendoza went out there on mostly unscripted plays. You probably script, 10, 15 plays in a game? Then after that, you're seeing what your coach has and how your coach is out coaching the defensive side and that coach over there. So, to me, I feel the best chance to win is the young man. You put him out there, you see what he has. He got thrown into the fire last night. He got smacked around a couple times. It didn't seem to phase him. The guy's 6'5". I mean, he's big enough to absorb the hits, right? So he's go out there, put him out there with the ones and see what he looks like with the offensive line that Kirk Cousins had, right? He goes out there and the only one that he had out there that was a starter. Did he have any starters out there? Or did they take I think they took all the starters out when Cousins went out, offensive line wise. So he's out there with the backups. He's out there playing guy with some receivers that are third string fighting for a job, and he looked pretty well. He had a couple plays where he looked a little sketchy in the pocket. But if you're talking about a guy and Kirk Cousins that's coming off of 2 years removed from an injury, we could see he's slow out there. You could see he doesn't have the zip on the ball. Yes, he's looks great throwing it to Brock Bowers, but I made this point before. Everybody looks great. So I think if Mendoza gets more reps in the next couple of weeks, or if he gets some reps with the ones next week, he's going to start to show he's really the best quarterback for the job out there. I know Kirk Cousins has the experience, but Mendoza has all the upside in the world. And I'm gonna go back to Peyton Manning, right? He struggled his first year, was 26 touchdowns, 28 interceptions. The next year he took his team, I think they were 12-2. 12-3 or something. So, sometimes sitting doesn't always work for everybody. It worked for Mahomes. It worked for Brady. Brady was a 6th overall pick. We're talking about a 1st overall pick. A 1st overall pick is drafted to come in and make everybody around him better. Kirk Cousins maybe make everybody around him better because of the experience, but the athleticism, the fight, the willing to pick up yards like he showed with his legs, I think that's totally different than what we have in Kirk Cousins. I think Kirk Cousins is past his prime. I don't think he has it, and I don't think he makes it 17 games. I just don't.
Hey, Black,
put the kid out there with the first team in practice and see what he looks like. Because if he looked like he did out there with the 2s and the 3s in the second and the third quarter, what's he going to look like with the 1s? So give him more reps with the 1s. Put him out there with the 1s. I think there should be a camp battle. I really do. I don't think Kirk Cousins should be the quarterback. And if you listen to the coach Clint Kubiak's press conference, he went from Kirk is my guy to yesterday saying, well, it's Kirk's job to lose.
All right. What's up, Nav?
Pretty sure that was always what he's been saying. I'm just saying. So here's the thing. Don't care. We're winning football games. Who in the hell it is? But I will tell you this: it's not going to be AOC walking through that room, freaking winning ball games for us. But here. I guess here's my thing.
Who's debating? I thought it was me and Rebels debating.
Yeah, I thought it was Chris and Rebels debating here.
Here's my point.
You're the judge in this one.
No, but my point is this. My point is Fernando Mendoza is not ready yet. He may be by the time the beginning of the season starts, but he's not ready yet.
But is he not ready because he's not
getting
first team reps?
Code red.
I just said he's just happy feet.
You made a couple key points. I see your points you're making. Fernando did not get he had that 1 day of a practice with the 1s because of that so-called Crosby and Kurt fight. Yeah, he had 1 day practice, 1 day with the 1s. I get that, but the thing is not right now is. Right now, as it stands as today, Kirk is does not have a better arm. I agree. He's not fast. Totally agree with that. He's just as slow as AC almost. or even probably slower. They can race it.
Way slower.
Take about 2 minutes to run for 50 yards. I agree. But I'm saying for the best quarterback to run the team now, because reason why I say that is that Kirk Cousins has played in the Kubiak system before. I mean, things has changed since last time he played, but not that much has changed. The philosophy and the concepts was still there. You know, he knows most of the verbiage. Not too much change. That's what I'm saying. For him, for now, he understands how to run his offense. That's why they brought him in. So for now, Kirk Cousins is a better fit for this team now. I'm not saying forever. I'm not saying 17 games. If you go 17 games, we win 12 of them. What? We did good. But I'm saying for right now,
he's a better fit or the best quarterback.
Kirk Cousins is a better fit for this offense now.
I mean, yeah. If the question is who gives you the best chance to win day one, it might be. But my point is, if you give Fernando first team reps all through camp, like everybody else is doing with their starting quarterbacks, like, I mean, who's taking reps over there in the Arizona Cardinals? And look how good Carson Beck, a 3rd round pick, looked. He looked better than Mendoza out there. I'll say that, right? He looked better, and maybe it was the play calling, maybe it was the players that he was throwing the ball to or the offensive line. But Carson Beck looked damn good out there. You look at Drew Aller today, 153 yards, 3 touchdowns, was 10 of 13. He's taken a lot of first team reps because Aaron Rodgers was on his hiatus, not knowing if he was going to be the guy or come back or play or not. So you don't have
So let me ask you this.
So old guy like Kirk Cousins taking away reps from your guy that should be getting better right away.
Objection. So let me ask you this. So you're saying that Aller had these big numbers. So do you think Aller's going to start over Aaron Rodgers?
No, it's Aaron Rodgers.
Of course not.
Aaron Rodgers won a Super Bowl.
Of course not. So even no, hold on though. Of course not. No, he's not. So we know that it's more than just what you see in camp. Like it's the totality of the person, of the quarterback itself. So with that being said, you could give Mendoza more first team reps, but does that make him a better quarterback than Kirk Cousins? That's my question.
I believe we've shown he's shown since he got in camp, he gets better and better and better day by day by day by day. He said he's grown. He feels more comfortable. He's starting to get a little bit more, continuity with his receivers. And like he said, he's starting to know where they bunt the ball, when they react on their breaks, right? Do they take 5 steps, or are they dependent on where the receiver is and maybe taking 2 more steps in that, that route? So he's starting to learn all that. He's developing. He's getting better every day. I guarantee you he looked way better today than we have in any other throws or practice that we've shown, or even the practice from the night before. Like, he looked pretty solid out there and looked like he was in control. Didn't look like he had a problem running the defense. He made some plays with his feet when the pocket collapsed. Kirk Cousins, I don't see doing that this year.
Doing what?
Making plays with his feet or picking up first downs if the pocket collapses. Like, if the pocket is not perfect, or if your defense, like, it doesn't matter how good Kirk Cousins plays. I don't feel like at his age, and it has nothing to do with his experience. Yes, he's a damn good quarterback, but I don't feel like at 37 years old or at 38 years old, with his mobility and his arm strength, I don't feel like he's a guy that elevates this team and wins games if your defense is still playing bad. I feel Mendoza does that. The way he runs the ball, you pump your team up when your quarterback is taking hits like that or making throws like that, right? As a rookie, you're pumping guys up. And yes, Kirk Cousins will as well, but he's not going to make plays with his legs, right? He's not going to take those hard hits or stand in the pocket and take those big throws. He's smart. He's old. He's going to throw the ball away, live to play another day. And I just feel like Mendoza, if he's ready, because you got to give him first team reps. You can't have him going out there and just say as a guy with first team reps. So I feel there should be a competition. I feel like
that's the question. Right now, Cousins is the better quarterback right now to run this offense. He is the better quarterback than run offense than Mendoza. See, you just said it. He's not ready. Yeah, he's not ready. He's still got a lot to learn. He even said it himself. He got a lot to learn. He got to do some work. So
we got 3 weeks. We got 3 weeks of camp and practice.
Right now, talk to me in 3 weeks. They'll pass better judgment. But for right now, it's Kirk Cousins. Like, that's a question. Now it's Kirk Cousins going to run the team better. First week of Miami. He'll run a team better. We'll probably start. More than likely will. But
I'm back.
You can tell Mendoza's arm strength and get out the pocket all you want to. Great, yeah, man's only 24 years old. Yeah, of course, kid, and man's 37. Shoot, of course he's gonna run better. He's not a running quarterback. He's a mobile quarterback. Kirk Cousins has really never been a mobile quarterback in his career, really. But they didn't bring Kirk Cousins here to run like a Lamar Jackson or a Josh Kelly. Name is I forget his name. Josh Allen. They brought him here to run the offense, a Kubiak offense. He worked with Kubiak for 2 years. In those 2 years, he had his best careers with Kubiak as offense coordinator in Minnesota this whole time in the NFL. So to tell me that you got a man who could run the system to a man who just learned the system. So Kirk Cousins has a leg up on that. As far as arm strength and mobility, yeah, I get them Mendoza every day of the week. But Kirk Cousins know how to run the stuff. So as I said, as of today, right now, Kirk Cousins is a better quarterback in this right now. He's not a better quarterback. It's not a better quarterback totality as far as what you're saying.
But that's the question. Who's the better quarterback right now? Was the question, right?
Well,
not who gives us the best chance to win. It's who's the best quarterback right now.
But right now,
okay, it's time. Okay, Nav, you're gonna get the first vote.
Wait, can I read this comment by Jeff real quick? It says, "What I saw from Cousins right now, he's the guy, no question. End of story. Case closed." There was a lot of people saying that about Geno in preseason and Gardner Minshew in preseason.
It's time though. No more arguments. No more. Are you right? Actually, you are right about that. Nav, you got the first vote, and then Jason, you had the second vote, and then the chat. You tell me who won the vote, who won the debate. So you guys start voting. So Nav, you're first.
Well, I don't think it's a hard call on this one. I typically roll to the right on red, but on this one I'm not going to, because it just makes sense. Kirk Cousins is definitely our starter week 1, no question in my mind, and he's also the best quarterback we have today. Best quarterback we have on the team. So I'll go Christopher Raiders for me.
G-Fam, every quarterback has had a lot to improve on when they're drafted first round or in a first round pick. But my question is for G-Fam, is it the wrong pick then? If your first overall pick is not ready, but you got guys like Drew Aller and Carson Beck that are going out there and might compete for a spot. I know if Aaron Rodgers goes down, I bet Drew Aller is the first one up. So, we never know with Aaron Rodgers out there. But to say, yes, he said he's not ready and he has things to improve on, but he also said, I feel like I let my team down. Kirk Cousins ain't going out and be like, oh, I feel, this is a kid that's going to be down on himself until he gets to play again and go out there and redeem himself. He's going to eat, live, and sleep whatever bad plays he made. This kid loves football, and I believe you put a kid like out there now, you throw him out there now. Yes, there's going to be some bumps and bruises, but isn't this a rebuild? Nobody's planning on
let's go through the vote, and then you can respond to the chat. You can respond to, because I do want you to respond, but let's get through the vote. Jason.
Yes, sir. This is a tough one, because of course I definitely want Mendoza to get the first, at the very least split first reps with Kirk. Because that's how he is the future. He's got to learn, what I'm saying? But at this current moment, it's hard to say, because with our wide receiver core, what are we really competing? You know what I mean? So that's why I kind of lean more towards Mendoza, but I want to see next week, man. I want to see against Houston, and then that way we can make a fair debate.
Can I throw my flag?
Well, I mean that, because that
I had to do it one time.
You're gonna see him against
the up.
No, he said I could throw a challenge flag on. Can I challenge the judges?
We're at the verdict now. So
damn it! I forgot about the challenge flag. Shit, I'm trying to win my challenge.
Because basically right now, you know what I mean. Like at this very point now, Kirk gives you the better chance. I feel I know, yes, experience. I mean, he may not have the physical, but I mean, at this point where we are, until we see him against Houston, like a good defense, you know what I'm saying? Like, because I mean, we got cooked by the Cardinals, you know what I mean? So I want to see what it looks like against a good defense, you know what I mean? Then we can judge on how he's going to be able to do in the NFL, you know what I mean? Because it's hard to say against that team. Because, you know, it is the Cardinals, and they were pretty much just as bad as we were. So, you know, I want to see pretty much him against a good defense. Then that way, if he cooks there, then, I mean, let's start him up, you know. But we got to see more. We got to see a little bit more. So I got to lean on Chris on that one.
But is it not fair to you can't really judge if this kid's ready or not because he's looking bad with the second and third string. It's the same thing with Aiden O'Connell.
Rebel, you know,
give the man first team. If you give the man first team, if you give the man first team reps, I guarantee you this question. And I just want to say, I hope all y'all remember your statement when we're 0-6 and Kirk Cousins looks like ass. No, I'm just kidding.
Oh, when they get the 0-3, man, so yeah, Bill Mendoza in there 0-2. So.
Yeah, I mean,
okay. So hold on. So I want you to guys respond to the chat if you like, but Chris, I want to give you your minute to do your victory lap. I guess that's what we call it, the victory lap.
Okay, yeah, that's real quick. I agree with Reb on one thing, that Mendoza is a very running quarterback. He can run out the pocket. He can get the extra 2 yards on third down, 3. The pocket collapses. Yeah, he'll do that. Kirk can't do that. But overall, if you look at the scheme of things, that's why they brought him in here. They knew they were going to take Mendoza. If they was going to start Mendoza right away, they wouldn't have brought Cousins. Although he was cheap for a change, he's not Kirk the bank thief Cousins anymore. But they bought him for a reason. They bought him for a reason to run Kubiak's offense. They bought him for a reason like, we're going to draft a young guy. We want to sit a little bit. So they brought him in that. So since that being said, I do like Mendoza, don't get me wrong. Although he's the first overall pick. Just because you're the first overall pick don't mean you have to start. You know, especially a quarterback. That's the hard position in the football. If you're the first overall pick running back or a first overall pick a defensive lineman, you should have formed right away. But a quarterback, it's a little different. So Cousins for now, I root for Mendoza later.
So y'all think Michael Penix is better than Mendoza?
Well, he's hurt. No, I mean,
no.
Yeah, I mean,
was Michael Penix coming out of college better than Mendoza?
Nope.
But you were taking him in the first round.
So you talking about different teams? This is a radio show we like to watch.
I'm just asking a question, right? Debate's over. You won. I'm just asking a question.
Yeah.
Dude, I you know what? I wanted Penix because the quarterbacks we had was crap. But I would actually today, if it was between Penix and Mendoza, I'm taking Mendoza all the way.
Yeah, Mendoza.
Regardless of national championship or not, he just had that. He just had that quarterback grit mentality. I would take him all the way.
Hey, Black, if I may ask one question before I bail out, I'm gonna like throw a freaking flame question at Chris and Reb, real quick.
Mm-hmm. Shoot.
Which one of you? How many did you both want Mendoza picked first?
I was team trade back all the way until I realized that it was Mendoza and that you weren't trading back because nobody's going to give 3 first-round picks because there's no quarterbacks in there. And I felt like if there was every team was thinking this guy was the next future, there would have been a lot more phone calls for him. Now we don't know how many phone calls.
Hell yeah!
But
no,
you know, I felt like there would have been a lot more phone calls for Fernando Mendoza if all 32 teams felt the way the Raiders did. And I don't think the Raiders felt the way the Raiders did until they brought him in for an interview and said, we got something we can work with if we sit him and develop him with Tom Brady and the coaches we have. So this is my thing. This has been my thing the whole time. I just don't really feel like he was a first overall pick. If he was, then he'd be ready to come out there and start right now. That's why I want to say, throw him out there. Let's see what he's got because, you know, he was a first round pick. Throw him out there. Throw him out there, see what he has. What do we have to lose?
Well, here's what I'm gonna say this. I'm gonna say this one thing. I'm gonna say, hold on, Mike. I'm gonna say this one thing. For years now. For years. And I've been a Raider fan forever. Seemed like for 100 years. We've been crying for a quarterback forever. What was the last quarterback we drafted? AOC. And where is that guy? It's nowhere. So finally you get a decent quarterback. And this year's draft wasn't too bad, but Drew Hall looked pretty good yesterday. I agree. But that's just that one game. For years, we've been hollering about getting a quarterback. So now we finally get one. And then now people start saying we should have traded back. Why? We need a quarterback. Who else is out there? Ty Simpson? We don't know what he can do. Well, I saw what he can do.
We do now.
I just wanted to trade back because there's 50 next year.
But being the number one pick, well, yeah, that's what we felt like because we sucked. So get the quarterback, let him progress, let him learn. And I said that was the best quarterback in this class. So I say, hey, okay, you got Cousins. So let him sit. Let him sit for a few games. Not sit the whole year. Let him sit for a few games. Let him pick it up. Work with the ones like you said, Rebel. But for years, damn it, Red's been crying for a freaking quarterback, and they finally get one. And now some people say, "Oh, we should have traded it back."
You're right, but we did get a quarterback in the 4th round, and he played the first year and did pretty damn well, and then got benched the second year because they put somebody in front of him. And there's a lot of people that feel Minshew shouldn't have started. They even said last night during the game. They even said last night, whoever the announcers were last night during the game, they said AOC's coming in. They said, yeah, AOC's had a rough go. You know, four different head coaches, seven different offensive coordinators, and that dude said on national TV, I still think they made the biggest mistake ever starting Minshew over him.
They did. They shafted AOC. They just straight threw them wolves. Like
that's an announcer on TV. I don't know, Greg Olson or whoever it was, but he said I feel like they made a huge mistake. So I'm saying AOC a 4th round pick started day, not day 1, but week 6, week 7. Mendoza should sit for a whole year, being 1st round pick, making $10 million.
Nah, I'm not saying I'm not saying he sit for a whole year. I'm not saying that at all.
Then the reality of it is there was such a freaking coaching and freaking organizational problem.
Jeff said Rich Gannon was the one who said it.
And AOC is not the only one that felt that pain. You know what I mean? Every one of them that is still there from that whole bullshit is dealing with it. Here's what I think. Before I bail out of here, I'm just going to throw out one. Black, thank you, man, for having me on.
Well, thank you.
Red,
thank all you
Christopher
guys.
Raiders, love you guys. Jason, love you, man.
Love you too,
Mike, you know that stuff. See you Sunday. We'll be on our show on Sunday.
I'll see you Sunday.
But here's the thing. There's a lot of pain that happened, and we're all feeling it, man. There's really everything we do and we're talking about is pure speculation. To be honest with you, so we just got to see it on the field. Do we not? Yep. See it on the field. Let's see what happens, right? Mm-hmm. And then we'll freaking push forward at that point, So I am on the East Coast. I'm 3 hours ahead of most of you guys. So I am going to take a nap, for a long nap.
He did, Jeff. Yeah, I remember hearing that. I think it was Gannon said that.
Yeah, Gannon said that. But did y'all also hear Gannon say? Gannon was saying that to gas.
To gas up the trade, talk, right?
Hold on. Yeah, that's exactly why he said it, because he also said in the next breath, well, he did throw the pick 6, and that's what got him essentially put on the bench because he threw a pick 6 into the 3rd string.
Guys, so, I got to roll, bro.
All right,
thank you, man. Have a good night, brother.
Good night, man.
All right,
yeah, I think he was just gassing AOC up when he said that, because I was shocked when he said that. Again.
Everybody gassing him up, but they putting him in the 4th string with the players that are not even on a bubble.
Yeah,
I don't know why you gas it. If you're gassing gas up to somebody to trade him, wouldn't you put him out there with the ones and see what he can do, or at least with the twos?
I bet
You throw him out there in the fourth quarter and say, look at our trade bait. We got a guy that can throw balls that people won't catch in the fourth quarter.
I guarantee you next week
under pressure.
I guarantee you this week Kirk Cousins don't play. I guarantee you get Mendoza the ones. He'll play the ones.
I say the same thing.
They probably put AOC at the twos.
I bet in preseason.
And then bring in the other guy, what's that name? Jacob Clark? And bring him in. But yeah, if that works out that way, Kirk Cousins don't play next week. ALC play the two so they can increase his value. It's like you're trying to sell a car.
Yeah.
And you clean it and you put new rims on to make it look better, but still the same piece of shit you're trying to sell.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you're trying to increase trade value, you put them out there and give them a couple passes to Brock Bowers, right? Hand off a couple times to Ashton Jeanty.
Brock Bowers didn't even play.
Well, I know he didn't play. But I'm saying next week.
He played one down.
One down. So
come on, that's not playing.
But I'm saying
that's a play.
Okay, literally that's playing. So you think if he went out there and threw one pass to Brock Bowers, you're gonna say, "Oh, okay, there we go." That's what I need to see.
If that one pass was a touchdown, if it was a touchdown, I'm sure you'd be like, "Damn."
No, I wouldn't. Y'all putting too much. Y'all putting too much on this preseason game. I mean, like
I said, I'm waiting till Houston. I'm waiting till
I'm for Texas. That's a game I really want interest.
Yeah, I'll be there in Houston too, so I can't wait to
that's a game I want to see.
Too much on these preseason
and the Niner game, to be honest, because those two games are going to be. We're going to get good.
We'll see what they can do.
Yeah, that'd be a good test. That'd be a good test for the offense. The defense is not too bad on the. I think Texas are a great defense. I don't know about the 49ers defense.
I mean, they still got that dude 54. So I mean.
Hey, that was fun.
Yeah, what he said AOC will be a career backup. I'm willing to bet on that.
They're gonna trade him to Minnesota.
You know what?
They might trade him to the Falcons or whoever got their backup hurt in the first quarter or whatever.
We can trade AOC for
the Texans. The Texans got their backup quarterback hurt. He might be playing for the Texans by Thursday.
No, we trade him for Vita. That's what we do. Trade him for Vita.
Nice.
Go give Vita that'd be nice
for AOC. Just trade, even swap.
I'm telling you, like it's crazy that they put this kid out there with the offensive lineman of Missouri. This kid is a UDFA. You put Missouri out there. You have Meredith at center. I don't know who was at guard. I don't even know who was at the other guard. And then you had Dalton Wagner. Wagner. And it
was Trey Zoom.
Trey Zoom at guard?
Yeah, he was at one guard.
Trey Zoom at guard, and I don't know who the other one was. I think it was maybe Mafia or somebody. I don't even know who it was, but I'll have to go back and watch the tape. But your second drive is from the 2. Your second drive is from the 2-yard line, and on the first play you scramble and make a play in a throw, and it's dropped. Like, damn, bro. Kid can't catch a break.
If you put a better quarterback with the 2s and 3s, shouldn't that mean they play better?
Not if your 2s and 3s are worse than their 2s and 3s on defense. Not if they have a better depth than you. Not if some of those 2s and 3s could be playing on the ones.
So for AOC,
not if some of those 2s and 3s
are
some of those 2s could be in sub packages on the ones. Some of those 2s can come in on sub packages on the ones. So if your 3s are not as good, or your coaches are out coaching you, yeah, it's not a good position. Like it was clearly, you could clearly see when Aiden O'Connell was out there, or even the whole third and fourth quarter, is that defensive line was eating. They were beating everybody.
So why did he get
Nobody
sacked?
had time to throw.
Why did he get sacked? Was it the line fault he got sacked, or was it his fault because he couldn't move that he got sacked?
I think he held the ball a little bit too long on that one sack.
He held the ball too long.
But he also had Missouri shoved into his face. Like that dude put on roller skates.
Hey, he ran into his face.
So you could go back and watch count 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, to almost 3.
I don't understand why everything got to be so perfect for AOC to be evaluated.
You got to have an offensive line. Okay, tell me what.
You want Brock Bowers out there. You want the first team out there.
I would love to see Kirk Cousins out there with that team he was out there. I would love to see what Kirk
he would have got rid of the ball. He wouldn't have stood there and got sacked.
He would have got That's why they don't put him out there. you can't tell me. So Kirk Cousins would have came out there and threw for 400 yards because he's playing against the three.
Now you're about to pull 400 yards out the air now in the preseason game. Come on,
you're saying AOC should have killed it because he was against the 2s and 3s.
No, I'm just saying he should have went 4 for whatever he went. Now, because you about to blame all his incompletions on drop passes. When I seen him overthrow a couple, I seen him take a sack that he shouldn't have took.
Yeah,
like you're a veteran. You're a veteran. You're still a veteran. You're still supposed to get out of the pocket and throw the ball away.
You're supposed to get the ball out. But guess what? If all your receivers are running their routes and they still have their back to you, who do you throw to?
Poor AOC.
Trying to throw. AOC. There was a lot of throws where he got
AOC can't get a break for a little bit.
He threw the ball. He threw the ball twice when he was getting hit. Like he was grabbed around his waist.
Yeah, because he can't move. Pass.
Receiver didn't get it. He moved in the pocket just fine. He was on the 2-yard line.
Just fine.
His second drive was on the 2-yard line. His first play, he escaped pressure, and it should have been a first down. The receiver, Cedric Jackson, didn't catch the ball.
Okay, so what did AOC go last night? 4 for what?
He went 4 for 13.
And do you think that's good?
No, he went 5 for 13. 5 for 13. 4 for 13. My bad.
Do you think that's good?
No, but let me ask you this.
No, let me finish. It's just a regular question. Do you think that's good, bro?
No, his quarterback rating was 55%. Yes, because the receivers he was throwing to dropped the ball. But look at these numbers. Let me finish, please? Look at these numbers.
What do you mean? You won't even let me finish. As soon as I say stuff, you start talking.
I wasn't finished though. He threw the ball
four times first.
4 times for 87 yards. On 4 completions, he got 87 yards. On 5 completions, Kirk Cousins got 50 yards, and on 10 completions, Fernando got 97 yards. So if he would have caught, he had 3 balls completely. Albert OK at the first down line went right through his hands. Cedric Jackson, the ball went right through his hands. He could have easily had better numbers. Like you can't blame the quarterback when they didn't catch the ball. The announcers, that was a bad route by who was Dorsett. That was a bad route by Dorsett. That's miscommunication.
So, let me ask you a question. What does AOC do wrong? Did he do anything wrong? What does he do wrong?
He does a lot wrong.
Like
but we don't know. My point is, we don't know what he does well because he's not.
Answer my question. I'm not asking you what he does right. What does he do wrong?
What does he do wrong? Sometimes he holds the ball wrong. Sometimes he stares down receivers. He's not fast.
What did he do wrong last night?
What did he do?
What did he do wrong last night?
Shit, I don't know. What did he do wrong last night? You tell me. That sack was all on him. It wasn't on the offensive line. He should have rolled away. But Kirk Cousins got away from that sack. He would have just threw the ball away, right?
I'm just wondering because every time we talk about AOC, it's because the receiver did because the line. Because if you put him with this, it was. I'm like, dang, like this. Like, I don't understand, what y'all not see about AOC. AOC is a career backup, bro.
He had an overthrow for sure.
He's not a starter.
He had an overthrow. It looked like the receiver looked this way and then looked back this way. He had an underthrow as well. But let me ask you this. Did he not play well when he had good receivers and a decent offensive line his rookie year?
When he had Devontae.
Oh, my God. That was 3 years ago.
But that's not that. Can you just answer the question, please?
Yeah.
He played well when he had
a running
game. When he had Josh Jacobs and he had Devontae Adams. When he had a running and an okay defense. Did he play okay? Did he play well?
Did he play okay? Did he play well? He played 5-5. So okay, cool. He played 5-5. Yes, he played okay. So. All right. So what happened the subsequent year after that? What did he play? How did he play the year after that?
So what happened was.
See what happened was he didn't have that team. He didn't have that coach. He didn't have the offensive coordinator. That's what happened.
So then what happened the year after that?
The year after that he got hurt in practice.
So
he didn't play. That was this last year. He got hurt the last game of the preseason game. Didn't play until the last game of the season. To the last game of the season, which we won. He didn't have great stats, but we won, right? You say it's all about winning. He did win.
No, I didn't say it's all about winning. That's not what I said. I never said that. So he went from 5-5 to 2-7. Then he goes 2-7 the second year, or was it 2-5?
No,
No, he went 2-5.
He's only 7-10 for his
So he
career.
went 2-5. So he went from 5-5 to 2-5 to 0.
Mm-hmm.
But he's a starter in this league.
CFL starter.
We don't know. We won't know. Put him with the ones and find out. Put him with the ones and find out. That's the whole point.
Everybody should play with the ones. Everybody, all at once. Put all three quarterbacks there at the same time to play with the ones.
No, but if you say you're going to have a quarterback competition, right? A quarterback competition means everybody should get the same looks with the same team, right? With the same players. You can't tell me it's a competition when you're evaluating what one quarterback does with Brock Bowers, what one quarterback does with Albert OK, and what another quarterback does with whatever the UDFA. You can't judge that, right? You can't judge.
Let me ask you this. Hold on.
You can judge if you
give them all. So you're telling me that,
like they said.
So you're telling me that Kirk Kubiak is not evaluating Aiden O'Connell accurately. That's what you're saying?
I don't believe so.
So all his coaches aren't evaluating him appropriately, like his whole career.
Is he evaluating any of our quarterbacks appropriately?
No, bro.
I mean, he's giving Kirk. I don't think he's evaluating any of our quarterbacks appropriately. No, he's not evaluating Kirk Cousins appropriately. He's going off his body of work. He's not throwing him out there with the twos to see, hey, does he still look good with the twos? Is he making them better, the players around him? Because isn't that what your
with the twos at all?
Your quarterback.
You think he played with the ones all off season?
A quarterback.
You think Kirk Cousins played with the ones all off season?
Yeah.
That's what
Yes, he has.
Bro, y'all, you know what? Y'all be doing these videos talking about how Kirk Cousins was playing with the twos, and then sometimes Mendoza was with the ones, and
Mendoza ran with the ones when Kirk Cousins got sat out. That's the only.
Y'all do these videos week in and week out, talking about the depth chart going up and down and all that, but now all of a sudden you're telling me Kirk Cousins came in and played with the ones the whole time, like it was a biasness towards AOC, a biasness for Kirk Cousins.
For Kirk Cousins. Yes, 100%. Yes, I agree with that.
They didn't get a chance, as if they didn't get a chance to show the coaches what they had.
Yes.
You don't think that that maybe we haven't seen everything but the coaches have?
No. I don't. I feel like they know what they have in Kirk Cousins. They know he can run the offense, and they feel like the veteran gives them the best opportunity to win right now, while the rookie shows he's ready. And I know I argued earlier he was ready, but just for the sake of the show and sake of argument, because if we just all agreed on every topic, the show wouldn't be fun. So I say my piece on Mendoza, but when he's ready, that's when you start him. But you don't know when he's ready if you don't give him first team reps.
So is AOC better than Mendoza?
He's looking okay with the twos. Let's start him.
Is AOC better than Mendoza right now?
I don't know. He doesn't have the zip on the ball as Mendoza. Is he more intelligent like Kirk Cousins? Yes, that's the same question we asked in the beginning.
How y'all don't know
his body of work? Does he have more experience at running the defense? Does he get through the huddle faster? Does he call the plays and get the plays out fast enough? Yes, I think AOC does that right now. I do think. I mean, looking at Mendoza, it didn't look like he was completely ready out there. There was a lot of plays where he was under pressure. He didn't know where to go, but there's a lot of great moments as well. And that's my whole point of all of this. If you want to make the kid better, you don't put him with the threes and the twos. You put him with the ones in practice and get some chemistry to see what he looks like with solid NFL players that are going to play every day. Because when you put him out there, you can't put the twos out there in the middle of a game because Kirk Cousins get hurt. You're going to throw him out there and be like, okay, go out there with a center you've never taken snaps from, but here and there. Go out there and throw to Brock Bowers, who you've thrown the ball to 5 times in your career. Like, that's not fair for Mendoza. He has to know the starting unit just in case. As a backup, you should get reps, right? As a backup, you get a lot of reps with the first team unit. So that's my whole thing. Put this kid out there, see what he has.
Yeah. So here we go. It says, with all the years of coaching experience on the coaching staff, I trust that they will put AOC in there if he showed that he was better a better option. This coaching staff knows better
For
than all
argument's
of us
sake, Jeff.
combined. And then it says AOC makes way too many mistakes. 401 Raider says, so now you're saying play Mendoza when he's ready, but a few minutes ago, yeah, he already said why he said that.
Yeah,
Well, he said
yeah.
that makes sense. Okay, cool.
I mean, shit.
Exactly. There's a reason energy coach keep AOC as a backup. Every coach. Yeah. Yeah. I don't know. I just don't think just because you stick him with the ones, he's going to look better. That's not how that works, bro.
I don't know how you don't think that's how it looks.
Because that's just like saying, oh, well, for one, just because you're playing with the ones don't mean that you're gonna raise your level of game. Like if you're better than the twos and the threes, that should show. Like when
Can I
we
say
put him
something?
out there yesterday, it
How do
should
you know they're
show
better
that
if
he
they don't
doesn't.
drop if they drop on the ball?
I know.
What you want to say, something, Mike? Go ahead.
I would like to. I mean, if we had unlimited 2-a-day practices and all that stuff, then yeah, you could run. The coaches have a feeling who they've seen them in OTAs and mini camps and stuff like that. They had gotten a chance to evaluate them best they could from those kind of practices. Which we only get so many it's all regulated by the NFLPA how much time we got. So they have to go with their gut decision. Sometimes it's a gut decision on who they think they can deserves their most first string playing time, practice time, and their gut decision is all the coaches, Mike McCoy, not just Kubiak, but it's Mike McCoy as well, and even Fernando says he's not ready. I mean, when your quarterback is saying he's not ready, I don't want him in there. No, I don't want him in there, and you can't do it. Maybe in the off season, you know, or they could get some more time. But right now, they only have so much time they can practice. It's extremely limited the amount of time they get to practice. So no, you can't split up time evenly between three quarterbacks at first string. I'm sorry, there's just not enough time for it, in my opinion.
I think
That's
people are on different pages too, because I think Kubiak
isn't the Falcons and all these other teams doing it right now. Minnesota, they're all split.
They're not. No, they're not, because Minnesota just named their starter. But go ahead, Jason.
I think Kubiak believes more in his, I don't know if I'm saying his coaching, or he can do more with this team than I think I don't know. I think he's confident in what he can do, but as Raider fans, I feel like we know the pulse of this team. Like we know, because wide receivers, like with Kirk was slinging it to tight ends. You know what I mean? It wasn't too much you know what I mean? Our wide receivers weren't really overpowering. So that's the thing. Like, it's going to be hard for us to compete with these DBs. A lot of these teams got good as like two DBs on both sides. You know, normally it's like one lockdown, but these teams are drafting good DBs on both sides. Look at Houston's DB. That's why I said I got to wait till we see what they do against them. You know what I'm saying? So it's hard to say. You know what I mean? It's hard to say that. I mean, how Kubiak wants, the experience of Kirk and all that, like, and I get it, but I mean, we're not going to get nowhere. So that's what I'm saying. Mendoza might as well get more reps, because we're not going nowhere. You know what I mean? It's not like we're going anywhere past 6 games. You know what I'm saying? Like, and if
that's you locked in for that, we get over 6 games, boy, I'm gonna have to do a whole live stream lining y'all up, asking y'all, do y'all like that? Because y'all gonna be looking crazy when this boy go out there and win 7, 8 games, and then I'm gonna be like, then y'all gonna say, well, we drafted him number 1, so we need to start him. So forget that he won 8 games. That's what's gonna end up happening. I can see it already.
I mean, I hope so. I mean, but with our wide receiver core, it's hard to see that. Like, I don't see nobody dominating. You know what I mean? Catching 6, 7 TDs out of that wide receiver room. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know. Malik Benson looked pretty good out there.
He's only one person, though. That's what I'm saying.
Well, they got at least got one. If anything,
wait a minute,
not count Brock Bowers, at least they got one guy that's out there doing it. Tucker looked pretty good too out there. Yeah. So we didn't see Jason Naylor because they didn't get a chance to throw to him. But hey, like I said, Everybody keep putting the wide receiver room down. We haven't seen anything yet.
Exactly. We haven't seen
So
that.
I know that this wide receiver room has no big names on. Nope, not one.
And AOC thrown to the bottom of the barrel.
Excuse me. But yeah, okay. So that's what preseason is for. So if they see the wide receivers can't cut it, maybe they can get somebody else when everybody start making their cuts. Well, right now, this is what we got. This is what we got to play with. So let's do what we can do.
Yeah. But with that being said, we're not there. Like you know what I mean? Because like I said, wait till next week and then we'll pass judgment. Because then that way,
I'm glad you said that.
Gonna be silent. There's gonna be some silence. Don't be surprised if there's gonna be some silence coming out that.
What's gonna happen next week? What's gonna happen next week if we play the Baltimore? I mean, we play Houston, right? And Kirk Cousins go out there and look the same, right? And let's say even Fernando looked the same. And let's even say AOC looked the same. Let's just say they all look the same. What does that tell you about our team? Because I don't know. I'm asking. I'm just asking. I'm not trying to.
Staff. I'm questioning the staff right off the rip. Damn.
Question: who's coaching staff?
If nobody's getting better and everybody comes out there looking the same, or they look worse?
No, he's saying like the production. Like say if Mendoza does how he does
if everybody's the same.
Yeah, like basically that would be a good sign because then that would be like, okay, maybe we do.
At least it'll be consistent
against Houston.
I don't really have a fault. I don't have really lack of faith in the quarterback. It's the wide receiver. Yeah, I mean, it's who he's throwing to. You know what I mean? Like I believe he's a good quarterback. I just believe that we don't have enough weapons. That's kind of why Kirk is starting. Because imagine Mendoza can start with our starting unit. You know,
Jack makes look good too. I mean,
but
you got to take it for what it's worth. You got to take it for what it's worth. That's why they're out there. You got to see. Like I said, y'all passed the judgment on the Raiders already, and you saw one preseason game the first time they playing.
Yeah.
So you think they're gonna look like that the rest of the season? I doubt it because the offense was running vanilla offenses. There wasn't nothing special about it.
If we're talking about passing judgment, I mean, you put up 14 points on a team that the Panthers went against the week before and put up 33 on, right? And you're supposed to have the number one pick overall. You're supposed to have all these money, this high paid coach, right? You go up and put up 14 points. Wasn't 14 points our average last year? Like
we averaged
14.
We averaged 14.2. Get it right.
Oh, my bad. We averaged 14.2, Chris. But I mean, come on, man. We're going out there with Clint Kubiak. And I know it's a preseason game, but isn't a preseason game? Isn't a preseason game going out there and slinging the rock, right? I mean, go out there and throw the ball because that's what a lot of these preseason teams.
You got to remember one thing.
That's a lot of these teams. Like Pittsburgh went out there throwing the rock.
Wait.
Cardinals went out there. Cardinals were just as bad as us last year, right? The Cardinals won just as many games as us last year.
In case you didn't notice, when Mendoza came in, the Cardinals still had their first team defense on the field. While Mendoza was playing behind the second string offensive line. In case you hadn't noticed, and he still did pretty good. I don't know if you noticed that. They still have most of their
shit. Wasn't Chicago over 500?
They had 8 or 9 other starters on the field when Mendoza came in.
Wasn't Washington over 500?
We play Arizona this year?
Yes, we do.
Wasn't the Patriots over 500?
So wait a minute. Hold on. So we play Arizona this year, right?
Over 500 G fans.
So are y'all think? So I'm pretty sure a lot of us had us beating Arizona this year. Has that changed now? Since we played them in the preseason, all these variables and factors that we talking about.
Yeah.
So we played them in the we played them in the preseason now. So do we still have the Raiders beating them in this regular season?
We don't play them. We play them January 3rd at Arizona.
Yeah, they play them late, so a lot of things can change by then.
Ooh, Mendoza
if it depends, it depends on who's quarterback. By then, it could be Jacob Clark out there. By then, we don't know.
We can have a new quarterback week 4, week 5, week 6. We can have a new quarterback week 7, week 9. We can have a new quarterback week 8, week 4.
We have no quarterbacks by week 8.
Week 1. We can have You know what I'm saying? Like we can have a lot of things that could
the
happen.
whole show's about a lot of things
I'm
hypothetical.
just saying, like y'all can't look that far down the road to be like, well, we're gonna be a such and such kind of team that we should be able to beat the Arizona Cardinals. Like that's where we at now. Well, we don't even know.
I got beating Cardinals.
If we beat Miami, then maybe. But
if we
beat Miami, then I'll say maybe. Yeah.
I feel like Mike LaFleur coached a better game than Kubiak, in my opinion.
They got better wide receivers than us for sure. That's what
I mean, even
they have better running backs as well.
They have
all through.
They scored every time they touched the ball on us. I mean, that's supposed to be our defense. I think they punted one time, but in the first 5 drives, they scored every time they touched the ball. Like that's a brand new coach. That's a coach that we skipped over. That we could have just hired instead of waiting until the Super Bowl was over and getting Kubiak. And obviously, he's not afraid to go out there and give some first team reps to his rookie quarterback that they drafted in the 3rd round. But our coach is afraid to go out there and give first team reps to a quarterback that we drafted in the 1st round. Make it make sense to me. Now, I was a Michael.
You don't want it to make sense to you because they keep telling you.
It just seemed to me like one team was a lot better coached going out there than the other one.
Well, the other team also had a 1-game experience too. So,
yeah, you can say that.
Yeah, I did say that. They already played the game, right? So they know what they're doing.
So basically,
but the guy that played in that whole game didn't even play though. They didn't even play Carson Beck in this game.
Listen to y'all.
He played most of the first game, most of the
3 to 5 wins all year, ain't you?
Yeah, so 3 to 5 wins all year. And listening to y'all, this is what I'm hearing. This is what it sounds like. We're around 3 to 5 wins. That's what I'm hearing. This is what I'm hearing. Like,
if something don't change real quick right now, I mean, it's just a preseason game, right? They're not going to show their offense. They're not going to show their defense. You didn't have Max Crosby out there. I mean, come on, Brock Bowers played one play. So we're looking at a bunch of hypotheticals. It's preseason, but I'm saying coaching wise, if you look at what happened in critical situations, going for it on 4th down, slinging the ball around on 3rd downs, I just felt like Michael Ford coached a damn good.
But do you understand what preseason is for? Do you understand what that's for?
Yeah, exactly.
What's it for?
It's for these young guys to go out there and have a chance to make a team.
It's for
everybody to play. It's for evaluating players, but it's also for developing players and making players better. You can't do that if you're putting them with players that are lesser than their
It doesn't matter. They have to coach and evaluate each player. So they evaluate it. They put Missouri out there. It's all like, dude, you suck. Okay, we're cutting you. So they value each player what they do. Can they perform the assignment? Can they, do what they're supposed to do? Their job. They can't do their job regardless, 1st, 2nd, or 3rd string. That's what they evaluate, no matter who you with. So that's what they evaluate. Kubiak knows basically who's going to be on the team, going to start, but he wants to see the other younger guys below for backup or whatever you want to put. What they call it, the practice squad. I'm going to evaluate you guys. You think Kubiak cares about really winning these preseason games? I don't think he does. Some coaches do, some don't.
I don't know. It would make a damn good start, preseason or not, to win your first game coaching at Allegiant Stadium.
Yeah, well, we talk about
it don't matter.
Even he said, we did some good things, but we need to score more points. We need to put more points on the board.
Okay.
We need to finish drives. Like
then now he knows something to work on. Now can now see what we need to work on in practice. So there you go.
Coaching,
I think who was it, Admin and Mike said the same thing. There's a Detroit Lions went 4-0 in preseason, ended up losing 16 games.
Okay, so
we've done that too.
G-Fam, hold on. G-Fam said, didn't that quarterback also get hurt already, Rebel? Is that what you want to happen to Mendoza? I don't.
What quarterback?
He didn't get hurt.
Yeah,
that's why he didn't play.
Right, that's why he didn't play. And then 401 said, "Till we play real good."
Carson Beck's hurt.
Yeah, he got hurt.
That's why he didn't play.
Checks out.
Yeah, he got his ribs hurt.
There you go. Yeah, bruised ribs.
Sounds about right.
Because he was getting slapped.
Yeah, we need to make sure our offensive line is working before we stick Nando out there
for another team.
No, Carson Beck. That's why he didn't play because his ribs.
I'm muted.
We got cooked by career.
No, you're not muted. I can hear you, Mike. Go ahead.
Okay. I was just saying, we don't know what our offensive line is going to look like. I do not want to put Fernando Mendoza, who's going to be the future franchise quarterback of our team, out there with an offensive line that is not proven yet. That's my main point about the whole thing. That and the fact that Nando himself says he is not ready.
Of course he's gonna say that. Of course.
And
I'm with you on this,
and all of our
iPad.
coaches said the same thing,
That's
that
what the
he's
coach
not ready.
said.
But I guess we know a bit more than our coaches do, because we're out there every day with these guys. We're in the training, we're in the training room with them. We're in the team meetings with them. So we know more than our coaches do.
Well, Mike, we are the couch GMs, dude. So
I mean, and they did
That's
just
true.
you know what I mean?
Yeah, we are.
Kind of know this team because they just got here. Like we've been dealing with this for years.
Right.
Oh, tripping.
That's what I'm saying.
iPad said
That's what I'm saying.
preseason is preseason. We didn't even play our ones long. AZ didn't get that work from Genty. Exactly, bro.
But they didn't
Man,
play all
first
their
of all,
ones
they're not
either.
going to beat us. They're not going to be
Like,
able to play with it. They're not going to put up 30 points all game long like that against the number ones like that. They're not built like that.
Arizona did it
They're-
twice.
but what it is, there is a
With 5
drop off.
different quarterbacks.
Hold on, bro. On our team, there's a drop off from the second to the third. Like even there's a drop off from the first to the second. Like between Kirk Cousins and Mendoza, there's a drop off. I don't know. Since don't nobody want to acknowledge it, I'll acknowledge there's a drop off. And then there's another drop off from second to third. So we
Experience
didn't
drop
even
off.
look good on defense in any of them phases. So that already had us looking suspect. Now, as far as our offense is going to look like the first 2 quarterbacks. It's going to look more like the first 2 quarterbacks and not the third quarterback. So the game is going to be different, especially like you said. If we have Genty, then that's when coaching comes in. Then you start running the ball to keep the ball out of their hands if our defense can't stop them and stuff like that. See, in preseason, this has been but like a glorified college game almost. Like it's not really much you can gauge.
Right.
Preseason is
Vanilla defenses. Go out there, throw the ball
let me
around.
land this point. Preseason is nothing more than for the bubble players, not the starters. It's for the bubble players that's trying to get on the roster, or there's players that's close that can maybe make a bump or a jump. But as far as the starters and stuff like that, you don't put too much weight into it because they don't even play enough for you to do it.
Right. Yep, that's what I'm saying. It's all to evaluate the other guys that's trying to make the roster. Let's see what you can do. Let's see what can you make this block. Can you read these calls? Can you read that? Can you read the offense? Because they had the Bergs out there on defense, and Eckenberg was it? That dude looks terrible out there. Like, what the hell are you doing? Miss a
You
tackle?
thought he looked bad out there? I thought I saw him out there making tackles.
See, he threw a pretty good right hook that one time.
Yeah, he did. But Lightford looked
for
better.
87 yards with no protection.
And Eckenberg, I like, woo, he missed a couple tackles. Like, dude, tackle that dude.
I'll have to go back and look at that because I haven't looked at our defense yet. I looked at our offense, and I saw some plays.
You talking about drop off? The linebacking core is a drop off. You take
for sure.
Bean and what you call him? Walker. Yeah, he got the Bergs in there. Like, whoa, that's a big drop off.
That's why I say we need a couple more drafts and a couple more free agencies, man, to put this thing together.
I agree with that.
Exactly.
I agree with
drop
that.
Drop off was a lot more than I thought. Like even those young corners that we keep hearing about, like McCoy got cooked a couple times. Darian Porter got cooked for a touchdown.
Oh, McCoy got hurt too.
I mean,
McCoy got hurt.
Yeah, them boys were getting worked.
Wait.
I seen Hezekiah Massis try to go in there and tackle with his back. The dude literally ran up and turned around like this and got smacked in the back of the head because he didn't what are you trying to do out there? So yeah, is that coaching? Is that that's what our coaches are coaching?
It's not coaching.
No, it's talent, bro. We just don't have talented players.
Hey, so wait a minute. Hold on though.
You got a question?
McCoy got injured.
We ain't won for a year.
Yeah, McCoy. He had slight foot injury. They didn't say anything more about it.
Damn.
He had a slight foot injury.
I don't need to hear that.
Oh, that's interesting.
I thought you said.
Yeah, you got to remember that he hasn't played football in a whole year and some change, so it's going to take him a second. But them corners was out there looking. They was looking suspect. I ain't gonna lie,
Yeah, they
because they
were.
look like they're too light. You know, they look like they're too light, all of them. Because the receiver was just basically pushing them out the way, like, or giving them a bump out the way. So
So
I don't like that.
Not Jack Bash. He was bodying everybody out there like it was basketball. Like
I'm
he's trying to
talking
get
about our
rebounds.
corners.
I want.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Our defensive
I want to
backs.
see what he does against Houston before. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the corner's really getting cooked, but there were a lot of young receivers out there. I think the only one that's more experienced was either Johnson and Stokes. Even Stokes got cooked a little bit. So.
Oh yeah, he gave us something. Yeah, we do have good schemes. This is where we're gonna win, is because our schemes. Just like our wide receiver situation.
We don't know
we
that.
seem to think that since we don't have a big name, that our receivers can't have like impact.
That's
Sure, it might take two receivers to do what maybe one receiver could do. It might require Naylor and Benson and Tucker to take the pressure off of Brock Bowers instead of having a one receiver that could do that. Best is going to take some pressure off of Brock Bowers. I don't know. Everybody was talking about this separation when it comes to Besh, but you guys don't understand. He don't need separation to catch the ball. So that's not his thing to get separation. So I seen how Kubiak called those plays, and I seen how he was using Tucker, and I seen how they ran that route to Mayer. Did y'all see that? And did y'all see how Mayer got hella open? Did y'all see that route concept? And it was easy money. I could see Kubiak doing it all day long. We just don't know who the receiver is that he's going to highlight at that moment. And that's fine because nobody is but him. Well, of course, the offense, but that's where we're going to win.
It's called matchup. That's what's going to match up. They say, what are we playing against? This team has slow DBs. So let's put our speedy guys out there. This team has speed, have what they call like more physical DBs. Let's put Besh out there. He's more physical. So they're going to match up that each week. I don't think it'll be one set receiver because everybody talking about need a star receiver. Not necessarily. Not the way Kubiak coached Seattle. He had multiple receivers. He had that one guy who was catching everything that they threw up at him. Yeah, he got Offensive Player of the Year. Good for him. But he's going to scheme more tight ends, running backs than receivers. So he's going to make it like, you got to watch him, you got to watch him, and you got to watch him. Oh, shit, we got to watch that go way over there.
Watch everybody.
You got to watch everybody. Because our offense last year was basically just one person.
Right.
Yeah. I mean,
so is Kirk Cousins better than Sam Darnold?
Yeah.
Is Kirk Cousins better than Sam Darnold?
I say yeah.
I would say yeah.
Yeah.
Career, like I would say.
If I put Kirk Cousins on the same team, Kirk Cousins can do the same thing, if not more, than Sam Darnold.
But he got benched by Michael Penix, though.
No, well, that was the plan from the beginning, dude. That wasn't on him.
That wasn't because of plan, but who so wait a minute. So okay, with all that being said, who ended up with a winning record and who didn't?
Mm-hmm.
Kirk Cousins ended up with the winning record. Okay, with that being said, Atlanta lost. They lost. Not only did they lose Kirk Cousins, the coach got fired, the GM got fired, and Penix ain't even starting this year. Like
Tua,
he's still hurt.
So you really telling me that Kirk Cousins is not as good as Penix? He's way better than Penix. Penix ain't even started for the team that they tried to put him as the starter. They tried to make him the starter, but he got injured.
What they did is they went and got Kirk Cousins, paid him all that money, then they turned around and draft Penix that same year. So their philosophy was, we bring Penix in to start. But we pay Kirk Cousins all the money. So they wanted Penix to start regardless, one way or the other.
Yeah. I don't know. I just find it funny that Kirk Cousins sat on the free agency list for all that time until after the after the draft, and then the Raiders go snag him. There's a lot of teams.
It was
you got picked up before the draft.
Right before.
We picked him up well before the draft, and we already knew who we were drafting. That was a sign right there. We already knew we we already knew we had the number 1 overall pick. We were going to get
Well,
Fernando,
so saying how long was he on?
and they still signed Kirk Cousins before the
When
draft.
he started, he was when he started, he was like what? A week? It wasn't that long.
Seahawks won because of their defense. I feel that defense.
This is a good point right here. Seahawks. There's a reason why the Seahawks won the chip. It's because the scheme. Exactly.
Right.
Yes, it was defense, but JSN ain't breakout just cause, right? Because they schemed. And if y'all didn't see in those first 2 series with how Mendoza and Kirk Cousins, those plays, those schemes, those vanilla schemes that we were running, that we actually showed, I can only imagine the plays we didn't see what they're going to be like.
Exactly.
So I'm seeing something different than what y'all seeing.
I mean, I trust the scheme.
But Jeff said we signed him the day after Mendoza's pro day. Okay, yeah. So they didn't take that long to sign him.
Yeah, it was the day after the pro day.
Yeah.
Pro day.
Yeah.
Because they already told say, look, we're gonna draft Mendoza.
And that was what, March something?
That's what I meant right before.
March?
I didn't mean I meant right before, but I didn't know it was a month. I thought it was like right. Like
they waited for the draft.
Yeah, it was like that.
It was like mid-March, I think. It was the pro day, something earlier mid-March.
Yeah, man.
Either way, he was on the free agency for a long time for no money because Atlanta got to pay that salary. There's a lot of needy quarterback teams, and we knew we were going to get in the first round pick.
He wasn't fishing that
There's
long.
a lot of teams that are wishing they had quarterbacks right now.
He wasn't fishing that long. He wasn't just sitting there like some of the other players are. He wasn't that long.
He was free agency in March, yeah.
And he went to a 3-win team because he know the scheme is going to propel him, because the reason why he even was playing bad at Atlanta when he was because they had him playing in the pennant scheme. But then once they decided to let him play under center, that's when he won 4 games in a row. When was the last time the Raiders won 4 games in a row?
When was the last time? 2 in a row.
2019.
Right.
It was 2019.
We'll see.
Four games in a row.
I just hope everybody keeps that same energy when Kirk Cousins ain't the Superman y'all think. Y'all keep that same energy. Keep it.
I ain't saying I have not even once said he's Superman. I'm saying he's better than Mendoza at this point.
As for right now, he is. Yeah, right. As of right now, he is.
I'm not saying he's Superman. I'm not saying Mendoza's Superman either. I'm saying for right now, Kirk Cousins is the better of the 2 players as of now, and that was what we were kind of smart this whole.
Yeah, right. Salute to you guys. Thank you.
I do not think Kirk Cousins is our savior. I don't think any of that stuff.
No,
Mendoza's not even our savior. So I don't.
No.
That term is. There's a reason why they're saying 111. Do your 111. There is no savior. The thing is, you do your job. That's it. Because this piece, because this piece, because this piece, because this piece is going to build something. We're not relying on this piece to hold together these other 3 pieces. That's not what we're doing here. And that's why you can't win that way, because when you try to build around a superstar, Lamar Jackson, then it's evasive. Joe Burrow, so you go get Chase, and then you go get Higgins, but then you can't afford a line. Oh, then if you can get some people on the line, then the defense is deficient. But guess what? They lost their running back because you're trying to build on this one player. Now, if you get a player that can be very competent like Cousins, and you don't have to put it on his back. Then you get a running back that's solid. You got a tight end that can hold his own. Stop trying to make him be the whole wide receiving core. Just make him be a very good tight end. And then these receivers, we don't have nobody that's out there that's a big name. So guess what? All you guys collectively have to do something that's going to make the whole team, the whole sum of the parts better. Just do your part. We don't need Besh to be running 9 routes all game. We just need you to get the 3rd down. You're 3rd and Besh now. That's all it is. Like, we just need you to do that. So if we can get players to play their role, then we'll be fine. There is no savior. There is none. It just doesn't work that way no more in today's NFL.
Even Sean McVay wanted Cousins.
I disagree. That quarterback, franchise quarterback comes in and changes everything if you pick the right one. I mean, just look what it did for Washington. Look what it did for the New England Patriots. Look what it's done for the Chicago Bears.
What did it do for Washington? They missed the playoffs last year.
Yeah, but they went to the NFC Championship. Yeah, their quarterback got hurt. But
after that, what happened?
Yeah, okay, he got hurt.
This is a good point. If anyone's the savior, it's the coach. It's Kubiak. That's a good point. Those are good points. Absolutely.
Man, thanks, man. Appreciate it, man. You have a good one.
Now we just need the players.
Appreciate you, man.
Thank you, guys. Thank you for showing up for sure. Hit the like button on the way out, you guys, so it can hit the algorithm.
Here too. I got to jump off here.
So yeah, I appreciate you guys. We're gonna end the show. I thank you guys for coming. So what I'm gonna do though is I'm gonna have each person bring their own question. Bring their own question to ask the panel and debate it.
Who's your daddy?
I got a question right quick now. Do you think Jamarcus Russell is a bust?
Do I think he's a bust?
You think he was a bust?
Unfortunately,
he was a great player.
Unfortunately,
that was a joke.
Yeah, I know, but I'm just trying to. I don't want to call him a bust because I think the franchise kind of let him down. But I mean, in the big scheme of things, you would have to call him a bust, unfortunately.
Well, if you come in training camp weighing 400 pounds, yeah, I don't think he took it seriously in the first place. So,
yeah.
And then for somebody that big, he sure didn't break tackles. You know what I mean?
But I just hope Mendoza's not a bust.
Yeah, so that's PTSD. I hope he's not neither. I mean,
because there's a lot of things that won't him to be.
That's why I'm glad they sit down and wait, let them learn. I'm gonna say wait, like I said, I don't want to wait to hope maybe not the whole year, but if that's what it takes, then that's what it takes. I don't want to see him come in there and it's like get thrown in the fire and boom. Because a lot of quarterbacks that go in the fire right away don't have success. The following year they do, because he had mentioned Peyton Manning. Yeah, okay, but yeah, just give him time. He might play halfway through the season. We don't know yet. We have to wait and see.
Right. Yeah. All right, guys. I appreciate chat. I appreciate you guys for sure. Chat. I appreciate you guys for hacking into the show. We all appreciate the love. We all appreciate the loyalty. When you guys already know is one nation, that's the Raider Nation, all day, every day. Because I'm a Raider, he a Raider, you a Raider, whether it be from the Bay to LA to Las Vegas.
You got two old Raiders in here too, so remember that.
I think I'm an old Raider too.
You say you wear the Raiders on your sleeve. You say you bleed silver and black. But when the pressure hits, do you stand your ground or do you run? If you've got what it takes, step into the arena and show us. This is Fight or Flight with Black the Quarterback.